Hi, welcome. Hi, ding, 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 ding. Fifers arriving. Ding. Welcome to the Fifers. I'm Rocky. Here's little Tate and Gilly, and today we're going to talk about free for all stuff and maybe some urban legends and maybe do some more little card stuff with Cards Against Humanity. But as before, I'm working right now, so I will be on a little bit later to say goodbye. So everyone have a great time watching Gilly and little Tate talk. All right, guys, I got to go. I'll see you later.
All right, brother. Peace out, man.
Later, guys.
All right. First thing I want to bring up today, we got a brother that we served with on the five. He's got his own business. KG Designs. I can't pronounce that motherfucker.
Yeah. Kaji D's.
Yeah. I mean, they laser engrave everything. They do some great work, people out there. So give them a follow, right? On Facebook, and I'll post a link in the comments, and you can see everything that they do. And they also do great work with the autistic community and veterans community too. To me, that's awesome that he's doing that. That he started this from the ground up.
Yeah, that's. It's like one of the few things everybody gets. It's like make coins, make coffee, sell some CBD products or t-shirts.
He wants to help because he wants to help out the veterans and autistic people too.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's fucking outstanding right there.
Yeah, anything you can get back into, and anybody, especially right now, you got Trump back in office. Small business is kind of like he's bringing it back again.
Yeah,
and
Dre he's a great guy. Always has been, always will be, right? He's a great brother.
Was he there? When did he?
Yeah, I'm not sure when he left. I don't know if he left in '99 or something like that, or 2000. I don't remember. I'll have to ask him next time I talk to him because he's working on coins for us, like get some designs, right?
Right.
So that's I want make up two, the five one and the podcast one, right? Because I don't have mine from the five no more, my challenge coin. But he's also going to be working on me for a fucking cutting board too. Like how I did my fucking my barbecue, my smoker, the old shellback. Yeah. I want one kind of match that.
A cutting board like that?
Yeah, he makes cutting boards too, or laser, etches of it, right?
Yeah,
and stuff. But yeah,
a lot of guys they go into woodworking after they get out too.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys that they make quite a good amount of money too out of doing that.
And he's also doing free clinics, right, for veterans too, to get into this. For like mental health or like a side job or for autistic people too.
Right.
I
mean, that's awesome. More people doing it. Same thing we're kind of doing here.
Yeah. And also I want to bring up too, let me get back to my Facebook here. There's a bill up for that's up in the fucking Missouri fucking House, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. They shared this here. This one right here. Missouri bill tackles alpha-gal syndrome and Lyme disease, right? It's all about tracking it, right? And they report to the CDC. So anybody here in Missouri, contact your local rep, right? Your state rep, and tell them to pass this motherfucker right here. And I'll have that later in the fucking comments too. Because that shit needs to be tracked. Really does. For alpha-gal. And Lyme disease too.
They're like Caitlin Collins was trying to get old boy for the VA, kept asking the same questions the other day.
About the alpha-gal?
Not alpha-gal, but the VA itself. I didn't watch the video.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, kept trying to reword it, trying to get a gotcha on him. I think it was about like the people being removed from the VA and stuff across the line.
I mean, I haven't really paid attention to the fucking news. I pretty much quit watching news. I mean, I watch it sometimes, right? But as background noise.
I get things that come up in there, and it's like whatever. I mean, I from my guys, but
I'm really getting tired of the same old bullshit, right? Trump's bad. Elon's bad, right?
Yeah, Trump bad when Anna Kasparian was making fun of him. That shit was hilarious,
Yep.
man. She had me
But
dying.
you know, I mean, it's the same old song we had his first term, pretty much,
Yeah.
except without the impeachments, right? You
Yeah,
know.
but I think he's starting to get the moles weeded out, dude. I think
Oh yeah,
it's definitely like
yeah,
first like accidental leak, and then there was another leak on Venmo from him. So
yep,
I don't see it as an accident anymore. One time, yeah. Two times,
yeah.
no, that's not an accident anymore.
But really, what they fuck on single chat, right? That was not war plans at all.
Oh no.
That was nothing fucking classified, people. So stop saying it's fucking classified when it's not.
No, they gave you a timeline, dude. That was it.
Yeah,
That's all you got was a timeline, which
yeah.
had already happened. So there's nothing there.
And the CIA uses that same fucking app too. So shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah. What was it? I think 2017. They had on there fucking it was the best app ever and shit. You know, to be
Yeah,
now you're gonna cry about it because Trump's
yeah,
fucking cabinet used it and it's impeached these people. And I'll tell you
yeah,
what, this is where I'm gonna leave it at for any of this shit. Is if you're
yeah.
a Republican up on, Capitol Hill, stop being a bitch, dude. Like go do your fucking job.
Exactly. And same with the fucking Democrats. Start working for the American people and not your fucking donors, you jackasses.
Yeah. Stop being pussyfooted. Stop, oh, we need to, turn the other cheek and no, these motherfuckers will kick you while you're down. You're gonna be like, oh, we're
Yeah,
gonna the higher road. Man, there ain't no fucking higher road in DC.
no. Work for the American people. That's your fucking jobs, people. Plain and simple.
Yep. That's what you're getting paid for. It's what we're paying
If
you.
if you can't do that, get the fuck out of public service. Because
Oh,
you're not a public servant, you're there to get rich. So fucking just get the fuck out.
did you see that Mississippi just signed no more tax, no statewide taxes?
Yes, I see that. And that's great.
Now, I hope that more states start following along with it, man.
See, Missouri's looking at that too. They need to be too.
Yeah.
You know, because Alaska, they've been doing that for fucking years.
Yeah, Washington State did it too. They just jacked the prices up on everything else, though.
Well, Washington State's now a fucked up place now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like Virginia could definitely go without fucking state taxes.
Because of the fucking military right there. I mean,
well, not only
look
that,
how many look how many people's in the fucking military in Virginia. Norfolk area, Chesapeake area, fucking damn, Little Creek. Fuck.
North Carolina too.
Yeah.
But they get you you got vehicle tax. So
Yep.
once you get out,
Oh, we do too. Sales tax on vehicles. Yep.
no,
Yeah.
it's a property tax.
Yeah, we got that too.
You get a
We
waiver.
got that shit too.
Yeah, you get a waiver while you're in the Navy or military, whatever. They give you a waiver until you get out.
Yeah. See, Missouri, we got the same thing, right? Fuck. But Missouri's not as expensive as fucking Virginia is. I'll give you that. You know.
And that's
I mean,
and that's the thing. Like, everybody's kind of like pissed off. Yeah, everybody's feeling the pinch because everything was pushed forward. So now you got to wrap it all back, and it's going to take a while for it to go down. So for everybody that's crying about Trump not getting anything done, the dude's been there only since January 20th. Like, you gotta fucking give it some time, man. Like, it's not gonna be fucking. You can't build Rome in a day type shit, man. But I mean, whatever. Cry about it all you want to. I don't give a shit.
I'll just send Hodges a message.
Oh, that's fun.
Just tell him, hey, jump on when you can. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we're just sitting around bullshitting anyway.
Oh hell yeah! We'll see how far this goes with this.
I don't know.
Because our fucking talks on the phone can go a lot of fucking hours right there.
Yeah, old chatty Cathy motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
I'm just setting up. I think I got everything almost transferred over from my phones right now, which is funny. Like Rocky's like, what the fuck? Like, no SIM card? Like, no more SIM card. Everything's transferred over Wi-Fi, and It's
I had to use that for my new one, the iPhone 16.
Yeah.
I had to have a SIM card for it, but that's my carrier too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not for the S25, which is cool because my turn in for my old one will pretty much pay, for the new phone. So,
yep. You know what I told you last night, right? Don't do shredded hash browns in the air fryer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do them in the countertop one, right? So that's where I seen the recipe, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna try them in the oven, the air fryer oven, right? Dude, I mean, they got to start getting brown, but I was like, nah, this ain't working. So I put them in the pan with some olive oil, right?
Yeah.
I said, now that's how that's supposed to look. I said, I found the one thing I can't do in the air fryer is the fucking shredded hash brown.
I told you I can't do a grilled motherfucking cheese because it blows the cheese off of it.
Well, I'm gonna try that in the oven since it has an air fryer function, right?
Yeah.
Because the fan's not as powerful as the one on the countertop.
Yeah, the countertop one that I got with the dual basket is just like it's so close to it, and there's so much air in there, dude. And there's no like adjusting the air in there, so it blows the motherfucker off.
But I do like reheating my food into that, especially fries and stuff. The fries get crispy. The chicken gets crispy again too.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah.
Reheating in there?
Huh?
I said reheating in there? Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I
got those little fucking parchment covers right for them, right? I can just slip in there so I don't have to keep it clean. I mean, I don't have to clean it every time with those slips, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it don't work great for fucking cooking food in, but it works great for reheat.
Yeah. That's
what do that double.
Most of the food is reheating anyway.
But do that double oven, man. I love that double oven, man.
Yeah.
I wish I would have found that last year when I bought my stove last year. But then I couldn't find them. That's why I bought with this. I'm like, fuck it. They had them all sales. I said, fuck it. I bought it. It's my birthday present to myself. Fuck it. That's what I've always fucking wanted. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to get one, man, get one.
I don't know where the hell I'd fucking put it.
Well, it's a 30-inch, so it'll fit right where your old stove's at.
No, yeah.
But dude, I had both of them working yesterday because I did the biscuits right, and I showed you.
Yeah.
I took the biscuits apart, flattened them out, put a turkey sausage patty in the middle, right? Then crimped them back up. I didn't know if it was gonna work. Fuck it, because River wanted biscuits and gravy. I said, we're gonna try something different with that. Dude, if it's like a sausage biscuit already made, right? So then you can just dip it right into your gravy if you want, or pour it on top.
Right, on the run, baby, on the run.
Yeah. But River's he's like, he said, I like it, but I don't want like that every time. I just want hollow biscuits sometimes. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Have you started mowing the yard yet? I had to mow mine today.
No, I hadn't got started on mowing. I know that this weekend it's supposed to be nice, so we're gonna start getting on the, like putting the weed stuff down and running the tiller to somewhat aerate it and get it down in there and get it spread. So,
but don't kill the dandelions. Dandelions are good.
No, I don't kill dandelions, dude. I mean, if they're in my path, I'm gonna fucking.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying you don't want to spray, to kill them. Spray them to kill them.
I don't have any dandelions right now, but I did get a new set of wildflowers out here.
Oh yeah. Now I do have the fucking bees already fucking humming here, boy. They're fucking. I was like, oh shit. Now, I don't mind the bees, right? The bees don't bother me. It's a fucking wasp. Them motherfuckers are angry little bastards.
Motherfuckers are a pain in the ass, dude.
That's like we got the carpenter bees here. I'm sure you got them out there too, right? The carpenter bees ain't gonna sting you unless you fuck with them, right? And River, he sees where it'll buzz, he runs. I'm like, they're just carpenter bees. They ain't gonna just leave them fuck alone. They ain't gonna bother you. They may just buzz you every now and then. I said, but they will get in your drink if it's a sugary drink sometimes too, or any bee will. Yeah, I've had that happen with a fucking beer, man. I didn't know there was a bee in there. I took a drink, motherfucker stung me.
Yeah.
My lip fucking swelled up. I was like, oh, fuck.
Dumbass. Sweat bees are the worst, man. A little bit.
I know, man. I know. But the sweat bees don't bother me, right? like if I get stung by a regular bee, I swell up a little bit. Not too bad. Those wasps, those motherfucker are ground bees. Ground bees, you get stung by them, I swell up on the ground bees.
Oh yeah, them fucking things hurt.
I messed up one time. I know it. I should know not to do it too, right? You were hauling hay all those years, right? The guy just fucking hayed my fucking. They just baled the fucking hay on my old property, right? So I was like, fuck it. I said, I'm gonna hit some golf balls, right? So I started driving golf balls out there, in the pasture. And I went out there and collect them because I had a little thing to collect them, so I didn't have to bend over, right? And next thing I know, I'm getting stung. I was like, motherfucking ground bees, boy, they were angry at me. I got probably stung fucking 8 times. And I did have to go to the hospital on that one. But
hold on, I'm updating my Gmail.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't want to sign up for that shit.
Well, I'm glad that we can do the phone, have it shipped to the houses now, and do it ourselves versus having to go to the fucking store.
Adrian, this one showed up at the store. I mean, they had it ready after I ordered it the other day. So, but yeah, you're right. You don't have to, like when you put in your old one, dude. All they do is send you a bag. So
yeah, that's like what I did buying at Rivers, right? Fuck, I had shipped to the house. I paid for fucking the 1-day shipping, right? Overnight ship. Dude, I mean, they's here the next fucking day.
Yeah.
Did it online. It was quick as hell, easy.
Oh, did you notice with these now, like after everybody's been talking about batteries, they'll only go up to 80% now? I mean,
really?
You can turn it off. You don't have to keep it on. But yeah, it's funny now. Everything's like 80%, 80%, 80%. And the person that was talking about was Elon Musk for the Teslas and shit.
Well, see, like my phone still says 100. I don't know if that's a true 100 or what. I don't know.
Most of them, well, you have to go in and set it. So, I mean, you can probably go in and it'll say like battery protection and be like limited to 85% or 80%.
Oh, okay. I'd say I don't do that. I just let it fucking go. Yeah. So
it's one of those things, man. It's like back and forth with fucking brown eggs versus white eggs. Which one's better for you? And blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. We all know brown eggs and white eggs fucking are the same, pretty much. They're still the same, people.
Age free.
No, when I had, like when I had chickens, right? I had some that laid fucking brown. I had some that laid white eggs. So. And there's some chickens out there, if I remember correctly, they lay black eggs on the black shell.
Yeah, you got the black chickens too over in Asia. Yep. Or deep purple, I should say.
Yep. Dude, I wish I still had that 6 acres, right? I wish I would never sold that place. Dude, I would raise my own ostrich and emu if I had that place still.
So I just seen last night out here, Isle of Wight, there's a guy that's doing ostrich farm.
Yeah.
He's turning it into a brewery too. So all of his grains that he's using
is for the
grains is going out to the food.
Yeah.
So he's got that
mash. The extended mash is going to be, and that's actually good. And that's that mash the extended mash, right? That's actually good for them.
Hell yeah.
That has been proven with hogs.
Yep. That's one of those things, man, that just you get a self-sustainment circle, and he's talking about turning it into a petting zoo, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. But it's just nice to see that somebody is getting recognition for putting up an ostrich farm.
Yeah.
So I'm running through. I was like, "Ooh, that's some good meat right there."
Oh hell yeah, it is. And now the ostrich steaks to me, right, are more tender when you're done cooking them than the emu is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, they really are. I mean, you can still make emu tender, but you got to tenderize the fuck out of an ostrich. You don't have to. I found that shit out the hard way. But I mean, I'm thinking about riding, here in Missouri, right? My state representative, anyways, and getting fucking, and actually my senators at the federal level too.
Yeah.
To get fucking ostrich and emu recognized for the alpha gal community that it's a safe meat to have. You know, I mean, there's I know there's a way to make it cheaper too. You know,
I think once you get supply up, and then
that's
you got to get the supply up, because if you don't have the supply, then you overdo the demand, and then you pretty much set the price. So
I mean, it's still expensive. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but I mean, if more people had access to it, because I know a lot of people here in Missouri, man, they don't have the funds to buy that all the time.
Yeah.
And that's sad, because that would help them so much on their B12 levels and feeling good. Because since I've been eating it, my B12 levels are fucking right where they're supposed to be, or they're a little higher what they say normal is. I don't care. As long as I feel good, I don't care. And I've not been sick either this whole year. All winter I was not sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wish more people had access to it so they could try it and at least see if they like it or not.
Like we were talking with Thumper, and we talked about before. You get back to healthy eating, your body fucking starts getting the nutrients that it's supposed to have.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get water with chemicals.
It's like he told us through text, right? He's lost that 14 pounds, right? And he's still off his fucking blood pressure meds.
Yeah.
Like me, I've been off blood pressure meds forever because of alpha gal. Because I couldn't figure out what I could take. But since I've been eating a lot better, dude, my blood pressure at home is fucking perfect. Or what they consider perfect anyways.
As a disclaimer, we're not medical professionals. We're just talking to experienced people.
Yep.
I mean,
just like
if you want to eat whatever you want to eat, you can eat whatever you want to eat.
But as long as you eat healthy, you can still have your cheat day, right? Because I still have my cheat days.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I lifted weights all the time before I fell off that bike because I didn't realize I had vertigo, But, but even then I had one cheat day. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
I eat whatever I fucking wanted. Anybody who lifts weights that's serious about it, they have a cheat day.
Oh, I gotta log in all this shit again. I'll have to do this later. My Navy Fed account and all that stuff. Which has been so long because I always use like a PIN for it. I'm gonna have to figure out a password.
I wish when I got to the Illinois Navy Fed we got here in Missouri is in St. Louis, that I know of anyways. I wish they was, since there's a lot of military people here, right? And we do have a fucking Navy Reserve in St. Louis too. I wish they would have at least one in the Midwest. If they did, I would have kept them as a bank.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they would, see the concentrations and put one up.
Yep.
Because they would get a lot of people, man.
Oh yeah, they would. Hell yeah, they would.
Bitch. I know that they're adjusting things for it right now, for more people to use it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna log in to this one, the old Subi. Hopefully I don't lock it out. Okay, good. Oh, I gotta. Probably have to get all the VA shit on too.
Oh yeah, that's the only bad thing about having getting a new phone. You got to transfer everything over, apps.
Yeah. Well, what was cool about this one was, like I said, it did it through Wi-Fi. So a lot of my apps went in there, already basically mirrored the phone.
Yeah.
But the problem is like some of the things aren't logged in. You're not like if your Google isn't attached to, which is hilarious, man, because Google's attached to everything. It's a goddamn web of everything.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, my brother goes, we got to talk about cheat days. My brother goes, 7 days a week, cheat day.
That sounds about what my brother would say too.
And then my brother also goes, goddamn air fryers. But I'll tell you, I mean, you could never eat anything. I mean, there's some things you can't cook, but there's a lot of things you can.
Yeah, they're convenient. I mean,
Yeah.
they just took a fucking convection oven and just fucking made it upright.
Yeah. I tried the, I've done the air fryer portion right on my stove from my oven, but I haven't tried the actual convention bake and roast yet.
I haven't done anything big in there.
Yeah.
Like I haven't tried anything. I mean, I do a big basket of chicken wings in there.
No, I'm talking about on the stove I got.
Oh, the stove you got. I thought you were
Yeah,
saying.
I haven't tried the convection part on that side yet, besides the air fryer portion.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Put something in there.
Yeah, which I don't know what I'm gonna put in there yet. So, can they eat like turkey or chicken, right? I put that on the fucking smoker, man.
Yeah. I did. I
Yeah.
did a tenderloin on the smoker the other night. I did a roast like in the oven to see which one I like better.
Uh-huh.
But the temp was reading like 145, but it was still a little like reddish, the liquid was. So I took it up a little bit more and then it went from like to dry, like instantly went to dry.
You
So
got,
when I
yeah,
smoked it, I only went up to 145 and it was still a little pink. But I'll tell you this, it tasted like a fucking steak by pork chop
yeah.
being on the smoke.
Well, and you should have pulled his right there at 145 and let that bitch rest, let everything seize back in.
So like everybody kind of goes back and forth with this. Is like
Yep.
you still see like pinkish, it's still raw, like it's not ready yet. And it's not true. Like that's partially true, not completely true. So
See, yeah. See, like when I was doing beef all the time, right? I pulled everything on beef wise at 135 to 140.
right.
I pulled it, let it rest. I do the EBU same way. Especially when I'm doing burgers. While I'm smoking the burgers, because when you go reheat it the next day, it is fucking still juicy the next day.
You know
Now,
what?
if you want to do it well done, right, do it well done, but you better eat it that night because the next day it's gonna be dry as hell. You better have a lot of fucking sauce on.
Yeah, you better be putting butter all over that motherfucker.
You better have a lot of mayonnaise, ketchup, whatever you like on your burgers or whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. But that was the argument that keeps going back and forth about pork and stuff, and like having the worm in it, and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because there's sometimes a tenderloin you can have a little pink and it'll be fine.
Yeah, mine was pretty pink,
Yeah.
like not raw pink, but like
Yeah.
And it wasn't like red raw. There's like
Yeah.
you got to learn the colors of meat really,
Yep.
because then
See, like,
you got carryover cook that you forget about.
yeah. See, like 135 to 140 is medium, right there.
Yeah.
But you're right. A lot of people forget about that carryover cook.
And like I said, it tasted like steak, man. I was like surprised
Yeah.
at how much it tasted like steak, like the texture of it too. Like how it gets like pork will get fibrous when you're doing pork chops and
Yep.
it'll dry out and it has like that tough like foam like chicken does when it's overdone.
Yep.
So it was a lot softer. So it was just you got to get over old stigmas because like when I seen it and I cut into it, I was like, I don't know if my thermometer is working. And I tested my thermometer and it's fine.
You got to get out of your head on that little tape. You got to.
Oh.
My brother he goes, convection's where it's at.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. Like, when I was working at the cooking convection ovens, like in the back for prep cooking, was great, man. Talking about doing like 8 sheets of fucking bacon every time.
Yep.
Because people eat bacon like it's going out of style.
See, that's what I'm gonna try, that turkey bacon in the not the air fryer mode, but the actual convection mode. See how it does versus there, because in the countertop air fryer, that turkey bacon gets fucking crispy.
Yeah. Well, and you got to know how to like cook bacon too, man. There's a lot of people that don't know how to cook bacon. I will never cook my bacon in a skillet after I worked in a restaurant 30 years ago. Put it that way. Like I always cook it in the oven on a piece of parchment paper at 410 for about 20 minutes. And
Or the smoker too.
you can do
Smoker. I like the smoker on bacon. But
yeah.
I'm doing turkey bacon too. And I used to do fucking regular bacon too on the smoker, on the offset that I used to have back in the day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Mine, I just run out of room. Like I can only get bacon on there.
Yep.
So it's like I need like the big one going for just bacon.
That's why I get actually 3 55-gallon drum smokers.
Yeah.
You know, 2 gateways and a pit barrel, right? Because one package of bacon takes up 1 55-gallon drum.
Oh, but the cool thing about bacon is you can, like I've done it, like I've had to do it, it's just pre-make it and you're already set. You know what I mean? Just set it off to the side and if you want crispy bacon, set it off to the side, and as it cools off, it'll right up the rest of the way where it's brittle. So if you don't like brittle bacon like me, I still like squiggly bacon, then I pull off mine early. But what is it? Is it what are you? Who's team squiggly and who's team crumble out there?
Well, see, I like bacon both ways, right? It depends on what I'm going to do with it, right? Now, for hamburgers and all that, I want that bitch fucking crispy.
Yeah.
I want that crunch factor on a burger versus lip dick shit.
Well, and that, I mean, for the key thing about that is like it does get saltier. The longer you cook it down and get crispier. So yeah, it works better on a burger that way. It sets and you're not chewing in it.
Yeah.
I will agree with that one. Squiggly.
Now, if I'm just eating bacon and eggs, right, I don't mind if it's a little squiggly. Never did.
Yeah.
See, like that turkey bacon I get the Oscar Mayer shit, it's pretty much already fucking cooked for you. It's pretty much reheating it.
Yeah. No, it which is fine. I mean, I always like turkey bacon. That's what grandma always cooked all the time.
I guarantee she didn't cook the fucking lip dick shit, that butterball shit.
No, that she always got it crispy. But it just depends on her day too, her attitude. Yeah. Sometimes it's squiggly, sometimes it would, sometimes it's just long enough to heat it up. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, it's turkey bacon, so it's not like you're cooking from.
It's just like pork bacon, right? I've known people just throw it on there, get it kind of fucking. It's still squiggly as hell, but motherfucker's still raw. Yeah. I'm like, I ain't eating no raw bacon. I want to do a little more than that.
No, I'm not going that far.
But I've also seen people in Boy Scouts, like fucking scout leaders, right? This one guy, he loved fucking raw fucking hamburger, right? We'd all be doing like hobo style, right? Tinfoil, vegetables, right, in the fucking campfire, right? Yep. This motherfucker had all that in there, and he was eating the hamburger raw. I was like, I don't know about that,
Maybe
I made some weird shit, but that's before I started eating, going overseas, right, eating all that weird shit.
Yeah.
But I'm still not gonna eat raw beef.
Yeah, I mean,
not unless it's in a tartare, right, where you got a little pickling liquid, I think it is, goes in it, right?
I mean, they pickle everything.
Uh-huh.
It's like making habusaki with a fucking snake in it.
Dude, if you ever went to Japan, you wouldn't want to leave. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I know. Me and my oldest son still trying to plan a trip for it. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it with all these fucking asshat influencers fucking ruining it for everybody.
But if I'm telling you, if you go, don't go to fucking Sasebo, right?
Oh,
that's Tokyo and north. That's where you want to be, right there. Because I mean, dude, it's once you get at Tokyo, right? Dude, you can take the fucking train anywhere you want. It's shit. I don't know how cheap it is now, train, but back there in '97, that train was fucking cheap to go on, man.
From what D was saying, like he was like looking up mid-range like trip. I think it was like a week or two. Like you need about like $3,000 altogether. That's including your airfare and shit. That was just recently, so I don't know how much it's going to change. But.
Oh, and also too, you got Yokosuka right there, Navy base, and you got Air Force base a little bit up north, right? Mm-hmm. And you can stay right there at the Navy lodges on base.
Yeah.
Since you're retired,
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I mean, you gotta go see the Big Buddha. Right? I wish I still had my pictures from the Big Buddha. I wish they would never got lost.
Oh yeah.
I
think I found a few of mine from like the Vatican and shit. I got to go through my box. I started cleaning out the garage finally.
And I had pictures of, they had a Japanese battleship, right? There. I had pictures taken with that, because it had 18-inch guns, not the little bitty 16-inch guns, right? It had 18-inch guns.
Which one was that? Is that the Yamamoto?
I can't remember which one, but dude, I mean, it was fucking. I was like, okay, that's history right there,
Oh yeah.
Even though it's Japanese history, but still.
Looking it up right now just to see.
But I'm just saying, the food wise, man, fuck the ramen. I mean, American ramen, right? This Americanized ramen ain't shit.
No.
Compared to what you get over there.
Yeah, because they use buckwheat.
Yep. And also, too, you got the different styles of ramen, too, that you don't see here stateside a lot of times.
Yeah. We've gotten kind of close. There's a spot over by off Military Highway over there by the VFW. It's called Ichiban Ramen. And theirs is close, like as best as they can be in stateside.
But do they have the broth type and no broth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the tonkatsu.
See, a lot of people, everyone that's American, never been overseas, right? Especially in Japan. They all want to fucking think that it has to have broth in the right? No, it does not have to have broth.
You can get cold soba noodles, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cold ramen. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Or yakisoba, whatever you want to pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching, like I said, I was saying, Food Wars on Crunchyroll, and there's been a lot of ramen dishes on that show.
Yeah.
And it talks about history in the region they're from.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the fucking steaks, you're not gonna have a better steak than what you get over there.
Yeah.
I mean, that Wagyu beef that they have, dude, that's 10 times better than American Wagyu.
I thought there was a difference between Kobe and fucking Wagyu.
Oh, Kobe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had Wagyu stuck in my head.
I always hear like the same comparison and from other people, and it's like, no, that's Kobe. It's certified. Wagyu is American. And I just prices on Wagyu are going down for supply and demand because they got so much of it going on now.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the beef, I mean, I grew up eating beef. Grandpa raised cattle, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the beef I had in Japan, fucking, there ain't no steakhouse in America gonna touch those ones that we went to. And they were cheap steakhouses too that we went to. They were affordable back then. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But those steakhouses, you had to cook your own beef. You had to cook your own shit at the table.
Which it took us so fucking long to do that because we suck at fucking lawsuits, man.
Yep. See, they bring out the beef on one tray, right? Whole big old platter out of beef, right? Whatever cut you want. Fucking they bring out all the marinades that you want, right? Dipping sauce and everything, man.
Yeah, there's a hot pot out here that has the grills on it.
Yep.
We keep trying to get out there, but the prices keep going up on it. So,
but yeah,
and they're bringing everything out in a little grill, charcoal grill.
Yeah, because all those fucking little yuppies have fucking found it now.
There is a noticeable difference between Kobe and Wagyu. I know. The main difference is the region. I know. Kobe's on the floor. Yeah, they feed them fucking Sapporo and fucking feed grain. Leftover.
Well, at Kobe, they fucking hand massage them every fucking day too.
Yeah. Now those cows get a lot of love.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I know it's registered by Italy. Oh, we were talking about Parmesan Reggiano. What? Stop. No
Yeah,
way.
the next best country I think has the best steak. Next best country versus us is Italy, actually.
Yeah, Italy's got a lot of good steak dishes, man.
Oh fuck yeah! Now, would you use down south in Brazil area? How's the steaks down there? Because they have a lot of cattle down that area too.
We didn't really eat any steak dishes when we were down south.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We all went for the pasta dishes. Like for me, I went for, like seafood pasta dishes.
Yep.
Anything I could get like seafood wise, I got.
What's that one? Fuck, paella.
Oh, paella?
Yeah, did you eat that down there?
No, paella is like Spanish, dude.
Well, and I've seen some fucking cooks from Brazil on those cooking competitions make paella.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
well, think
A,
about the Spanish, right?
yeah.
The Spanish conquered all that land at one point.
Man, speaking of talking about down south, did you see that Javier Milei out of Argentina is about to release all the Nazi files?
Really?
Yeah, there was an article I seen, I don't know. I want to say it was like a week ago, talking about him going through everyone that fled from Germany.
Yeah. Argentina.
Argentina, talking about releasing those files. Everybody.
Well, they need to. They need to. Because then that will prove that Adolf Hitler did not die in that bunker. That will prove once and for all. And also, if you watched Hunting for Hitler, right, on Discovery Channel or History Channel, dude, they proven that fucking they was doing nuclear tests out in the middle of the fucking jungle out there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting, like everybody's talking about Trump, releasing all these files. Everybody's kind of going around doing the same thing because Mexico was doing that with UFOs. So was Brazil.
Yep.
They were kind of like the Mexican government then got slapped down because they were releasing so much information from all the sightings down there and all the research, and a lot of them were credible, So slapped them down quite a few years ago, about releasing their info.
Yeah, because the people who actually run the world don't want that shit out there. They don't.
No, that leads, that takes a lot of things down. Everybody says we'll take religion down, but it's like, no, it's not going to take religion down because there's a couple. I wish Rocky was here for this because don't put that up there. We got the AC guy coming on Monday. Oh, okay. They were going to put all the Christmas stuff because it was still sitting out in the living room.
You still got Christmas? God damn.
Still got Christmas stuff sitting in the living room.
Oh, shit.
The tubs, you know what I mean? Just sitting there hanging out off to the side. So
that's what I had River. I had him take care of all that shit, right? Put the tree downstairs in the basement where it belongs. I'm like, you do it yourself, boy.
I ain't got no basement. Mine goes up in the attic, but
oh shit.
AC guy's I got him coming to look at a few things, maintenance wise, stuff that I can and test the Freon on it and then see if he can rebalance it out. I know it takes a few days to rebalance, but
I still can't believe they put that motherfucker up in your fucking attic.
Yeah, it's up in the attic, man.
I mean, okay, if it's if it's a 1-story house, okay, right? But a 2-story house, that's a long way for that shit to fucking float. I mean,
crush D-man.
For that Freon to go. I mean, that's a long way for that Freon to go, man. It really is.
Yeah, well, I found like on the condensing unit, I think it was this past summer, one of the fill lines on there was like loose, like the cat leg itself was loose. So I don't know if it's leaked out. So I need to have, like I said, have them check the back. Shit that I can't do. I don't have the equipment for it. Not that I can. I just don't have
if it's leaked out right, then he better check everything because that shit should never leak. It's a closed loop system. It should never have no leaks.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have them kind of look at all of it and see if there's any issue. I know the big issue is a balance issue because it does get cold down here, but only in certain rooms. And then upstairs it bakes because of the sun. But when we first moved in, it wasn't that bad. Only over the last couple of years has it gotten really bad. So
I was like, I've known people right around here. They'll, oh, I gotta get my AC refilled every year. I said, no, you don't, motherfucker. I said, that's a waste of money. If you have to refill your AC, you're free on. If you got a leak somewhere, because that unit is never supposed to leak ever. If it does, you got to replace a lot of shit, lines, whatever's leaking, right? Got to.
Yeah, because you got your condensing coils, you got the lines going up to the unit.
Yep.
That unit starts on ground level, and that copper tubing goes all the way up into the fucking then across to the unit. So
if it's on the backside of your house at one point, you're going to have a lot of sun on that fucking copper line too.
Yep.
Well,
and it's like I said, these stick builds, man, you're not going to get away from them. Unless you build your own place, you're not going to get away from it.
I didn't fucking raise my hand, motherfucker.
I thought I heard it pop.
I don't know. I wasn't even fucking around it. On the mouse.
There's actually quite a few alternatives out there for smaller houses. I've seen a place called Lancaster. It's built by the Amish too.
Yep.
Yeah, they build like log cabins, like semi-log cabins.
Yep.
And they're like prefabs, and those things are pretty nice.
But the thing is with those smaller houses like that, right? Especially the Amish build, right? There's still gonna be an arm and fucking leg.
No, actually, the biggest one they saw. Now they're only 400 square feet each. Each build is 400 square feet. They're laid out a little bit different. It ranges from 60 grand to about 75 for 400 square feet. Now, if you do the math,
that better include everything set up. I mean, everything. Because if it doesn't,
it includes all the setup.
That better include setting up your electricity, everything. Appliances, everything.
I don't think it counts for travel though,
because that's $60,000-$70,000 for a fucking. That's a lot of money for a 400 square foot house. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's built, but it's something smaller. It's not so much of a stick build, one story. It's got the AC units built into it. It's got the hitch still set up for it. So technically, it's a mobile home.
Technically, yes, but
that's how they're getting around a lot of the codes because it is 400 square feet. So it falls into that weird like rental
tiny house bullshit.
Yeah, recreational. Yep. You know what I mean? It follows a lot of state stuff. So, but I mean, people forget how much 400 square feet really is.
I mean, yeah, if it's just you, people can do it. But when you got two people there, 400 square feet get a little small.
Not too much. No, I don't think so.
That's like when I built my pole barn house and stuff, dude. The fucking with the land, 6 acres and the house, $76,000, 1,500 square foot, a big ass fucking garage.
Yeah, well, that's out in the
and stuff. But I just had someone put the pole barn up, do the concrete right. That was $28,000 concrete and set the pole barn up. That was it. Put the windows, doors in right. And then Dad went and finished the inside of it out.
Yeah,
1,500 square foot living space, right? And yeah, I mean, $76,000 for land for 6 acres in the house. That was it.
Yeah.
But now, since those motherfuckers, all those fucking city fucks, think a pole barn house is fucking cool now, since Yellowstone and all that bullshit, now they call it barn mediums. I'm like, it's not a barn medium, motherfucker. It's a pole barn. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's an open floor garage, man.
But you can still build a cheap pole barn house.
Yeah.
You don't have to get fancy, people. You can get as fancy as you want with them. You can, really can. That's what's going to cost you.
Yeah.
But what like I had nowadays would cost you probably turnkey with the land, 150,000 to 160,000 turnkey.
Yeah, down there in Missouri. I just had a family member that sold off some acreage, and it made a quite substantial amount of money in Indiana. Like, and it wasn't a shitload of land either.
Yep.
Like it was like
Now there are some.
under
Oh,
100
sorry.
acres.
Now there are some places there in Virginia, right out in the mountains, that you can buy some abandoned places cheap as fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's ever since I drove through, I kind of keep an eye out for some things, and
Yeah.
there's some cheaper spots out there.
Oh yeah.
West Virginia's got some decent spots too.
Yep.
You know, as long as you're not like in the mountains and the coal areas,
Yep.
there's some decent spots out there that people don't realize.
Oh
They're
yeah.
used to seeing all the hype about, poor people out there and all that shit. So they forget there's areas out there that's cheap and efficient.
Yep.
That's why you need to get out and touch grass. People go out there and fucking take a drive.
Yeah, you gotta get away from the cities.
Yeah.
You know.
I always thought, I sent you that. Did you watch that video that I sent you of the mining towns in West Virginia?
Oh yeah.
The lost towns and how, the train tracks are running into them and all these places fell out because of the
Yep.
interstates and the highways and shit.
Yep.
And they fell out, but they were like booming for like a good 30, 40 years. So I think the one mine was up until like the 80s that it stayed around. But
Well, and that's the interstate killed a lot of shit.
yeah. And then it moved everybody to the cities. You've seen how many people moved to the cities and fucking concrete jungle and shit. So many people wrapped on top of each other. Even where I'm at a dead end over here. Still, it's like somebody right next to you.
Well, the problem with fucking Virginia in that area is the military.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I mean, you got every fucking branch there in that one area. You know, and how many bases are out there? I mean, I can't remember how many bases out there in your area.
Off the top of my head is like Norfolk,
Yep.
Little Creek, Fort Story.
You got the Air Force Base too, correct?
Go to, huh?
Then you got the Air Force, right?
Yeah, I don't know what their base. Oh, Langley is their, I think their main one.
Yep.
Right up the way. Dam Neck is out here too.
Yep.
My buddy's standing there in his RV right now. They're back on. Spring started. They got to move out from winter. They got to be out 2 weeks and then they go back. So I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I know they love it, but every month they have to move for 2 weeks and then go back, and they have a lot. Like they're part of like this group that owns, their plots. They get rotated around. So they have a lease on it. But it's like you got to follow Virginia law. And it's like, man, if I have this thing leased, why can't I fucking stay right here? Why do I have to keep moving? So, you know what happens when you keep moving an RV that many times, dude? It's finally going to just break down. Because it's a fifth wheel.
Yeah. Well, and RVs ain't made very fucking good either.
Nah, not anymore. I know that for a fact. I got a buddy that fucking builds them in Indiana.
Yeah, and they're fucking cheap as fuck. I mean, not cheap, but they're expensive as fuck, made cheaply.
Yeah.
It's like, and what
materials, so you're not using anything, you know what I mean, like crazy structural. It's got to be as light as possible.
So, well, and ever since COVID, that's when the prices started going up because everybody wanted them.
Yeah.
Since COVID.
Yeah, now they're selling them all back. Now they got overstock inventory, but they're still at the same price.
Yeah. Nobody's going. I mean, I've had what 2 campers in my lifetime. I had a short one, and I had a fucking 27-foot one. Right now, I mean, the 27-foot one was $10,000. You know, I paid off the one that was fucking the short of the 18, 20-foot one, right? Mm-hmm. I paid that one off. Dude, that one got me the 27-footer right there. You know, but I mean, hell, I wanted one that had a fucking garage in it too.
Oh, like a toy hauler?
Yeah, it was a toy hauler, but also had a generator built into it.
Right.
Dude, that son of a bitch before this was back in 2019, 18, 19, I think. It was only like fucking $25,000, 40-footer. You know, but it was down South Missouri at Camping World. You know, and what it was a bumper tow. It was a fucking bumper hit. So what it was.
Yeah.
But I had the truck to pull it too. You know,
Yeah.
because I had the F1. It was an F-150, but the person who ordered it from the factory, brand new, put the F-150 body on the F-250 frame. So it had that F-250 suspension, and then they had that good fucking EcoBoost. Because when you put that EcoBoost at 3.5, the old ones in tow mode, dude, that was 425 horsepower right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't build them like they used to for hauling. I can tell you that much.
Well, I mean, if I was buying a Ford, I wouldn't buy it for hauling because the whole body and all that's aluminum now. You know, but if I would never buy another EcoBoost because the EcoBoost they have now, dude, they're junk compared to what they used to be.
Yeah. I think about everything out there is junk anymore. I don't like super reliable cars.
Yeah.
I don't care what your brand is. You can like your brand and use all the reviews you want to, but until you start driving that one, everybody's got one that can fucking break down. So it's
yeah. That's like Buick, right? I mean, they ride the best for the money, right? Hands down. But with all the electronics, that's what could get you is the electronics on the Buick.
Yeah. I mean, like I was telling you, my mom had an old Park Avenue, man, and that thing had more electronics in the 90s than what you would think, man. It was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
They were starting to ship all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, like that new one I bought was last year. Dude, that motherfucker looks like a spaceship on the inside of it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it does. I mean, even the whole dash is digital.
Yeah.
On it. But I don't drive very far. I think I'm still under 200 miles on that motherfucker on a brand new car.
Dude,
they fucking, and they got me, and they sent me fucking dealerships like, oh, you about should be ready for maintenance. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I have nowhere near maintenance right now.
Well, I mean, you still gotta if you don't, it's either mileage or monthly. Time.
Well, the oil, you go with the percentage right on that oil.
Yeah.
Especially with that synthetic. That synthetic, like my truck, the Titan. Man, I've had it 2 years now, right? I didn't change the oil yet. And the oil, and every time I check it, oil is still good on it.
That's the key thing, though. If you don't have the maintenance schedule with it, you can actually void it.
Well, my Titan is a 2017, so I had no warranty on it.
Yeah. I'm talking about your Buick, though.
Well, I asked them about that, too. They said as long as you don't get in the red zone with your oil percentage, you're good on that.
I didn't call bullshit on them.
On it. So,
I mean, I still take mine in. I got synthetic in mine, so. But I got a different motor. I got the fucking Subaru, so you have
see that synthetic. See, that shit's good up to 7,000 miles. That's been proven.
Yeah, no, I know. Some of them, the old shit used to go up to 20,000.
Yep.
And then they found, oh shit, we're losing too much money.
Well, when you get back on the warranty, that's Subaru there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the maintenance required on them.
Yeah. Where like Buick, they're a little more lenient than what Subaru is.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the that's one
of the reasons I didn't buy a fucking Subaru because right now I would have to take the Columbia to get service because there ain't no shops here in Boonville that will work on a Subaru brand new.
Yeah.
Now an older Subaru, they'll work them all day, but these brand new ones, they won't touch them.
Well, and you know what I like about them too is that they manufacture here, so they get parts in them, but they assemble.
Yeah. Yep.
Nissan does the same thing too. There's two, which is great because India, a Subaru plant and a Nissan plant, and they're building a Toyota plant up there too. So there's 3 assembly plants going in Indiana that's doing overseas, like Japanese vehicles.
Yeah.
It's fucking sad that they're shutting down a GM one because nobody's buying the GM shit. It's not sad.
Oh.
The amount of manufacturing that is coming back is assembling, which is good.
Well, because I looked on where my Nissan Titan was put together at. Mm-hmm. Everything, all that is American, is in America, right? Now my Buick, Korea, of all places.
Well, I mean, Korea's all right. I mean,
but yeah. Hyundai, go ahead.
I was just saying you're right. Like it's, the manufacturing should be here. I hope that, moving forward a little bit, that manufacturing does come back over here. They're trying to do it.
Well, Hyundai just fucking is going to put $1 billion at a fucking Hyundai plant down in Louisiana, and a steel plant too.
Yeah,
down there.
Yeah, I think that you keep the tariffs on, like we was talking about at the beginning. There's going to be some pain, but there's been a lot of small business that's been flushed out with COVID and before COVID with the strip mall fucking, the big plants, like the Walmarts and the Targets and, all that stuff. So hopefully some of that stuff can come back in and get manufactured here.
Well, it's like, they say, like EU's like, well, we're going to put a tariff on American-made cars, right? Or American-brand cars. Motherfucker, you got fucking your Fords over there in England and Europe. It's not the same models. They're made over there. They're not made here.
And a lot of the overseas don't drive American cars anyway because they're built for European roads over there. Like,
yeah, that's why you got different. Even South America, you can't get the same model that you get in Brazil or all that shit, Mexico, that you get here.
Yeah.
So there's no tariffs that Ford's gonna have to deal with because they manufacture those cars for that area over there.
Yeah, and they don't get them, and we don't get a lot of the stuff that they sell over there.
Yeah.
Some of those cars I would love to have.
Oh fuck.
Overseas, but
hell yeah.
They're made for European countries.
Especially the El Camino that's down, I think, down Brazil. They made the El Camino as either Brazil or down South America or Australia. Is one of the fucking two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got different versions of Subaru out in fucking Australia for the, Outback, I mean, come on.
Yeah. There's old Thumper.
What up?
Oh,
he don't look as fucking hairy now since he fucking got a haircut.
That's right.
Turned everything down, huh?
Oh man, I did. My hair was the longest it's been since high school, and now I got it back down to what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I can see you got your beard down there too.
Yeah, I took her down some. She's getting a little shaggy.
Yeah, I got to go get mine done next weekend.
Yeah. Sorry I was late, guys.
That's all right, because I know you got landed, so you had to pick him up, right?
Well, he had a 2-hour early out, and then we went over to my mom's to help her real quick with some stuff. She needs help opening water bottles and stuff.
Well, I bet.
And then we went out to eat.
How's she doing?
She's doing all right. I mean, so what they did was they went in and the joint for the thumb, they went in and scooped out a bunch of bone because it was bone on bone. And then when they got done, they came up into here and took out part of a ligament and transplanted it over to here. So it's going to be about 8 months before she can use this hand completely. And then she's got to turn around and do the next arm. But so she's doing her left right now, which she's right-handed. So when she does the other one, it's going to be really bad because she won't be able to use it. And she's in pain, but I mean, the first couple days is the worst, obviously, but.
Oh yeah.
But she's doing all right. I mean, she'll adapt and overcome, but she's single and lives by herself, so it's really hard for her to do anything.
Oh, that's good that you're close by too. So
yeah, yeah. So Landon went with me, and we went over and helped her do a couple things, and that was about it. Then went out to dinner. We eat early, so.
hey, tell him I fucking bought some of that shit for his fucking fundraisers. I don't need no more things early in the morning. Sent to a text message.
I saw that. So I didn't realize when they were going to send those text messages out. And it said if it was after 8:30 p.m., they would send them out at 8:30 a.m. And I was like, oh, yeah, get him early when he's tired.
Well, hell, that's the second one I got. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, so it's actually an automated system that sends them out.
Yeah, I knew it was because River School, they do the same bullshit, right? River, he doesn't really participate that much anymore.
Yeah.
Or doesn't want to, anyways. Well, they're not even selling no good shit at his school, anyways.
Well, this is for like the safety film on the windows and stuff to make them bulletproof, and some other stuff for safety, because his school is super old. So his school still has the boys and girls entrances in stone, written in stone, because it's an old Catholic school, you know.
Yeah.
So they don't have a lot of safety stuff, and so they're fundraising to get the safety stuff installed in the school. Say thank you to Gilly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I did buy the fucking cutting boards, those flimsy ones that's easy to pack up your own camping, right?
Yeah.
I said, hell, I need some more of those. That's what I bought.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
No, I mean, I ain't doing that shit. I mean, when River was doing it, right? Dude, I bought a lot of shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could put money towards it, but the way things are going right now, it's looking
you're a little different. I mean, situation's a little different, so.
Yeah, it's looking like right now. This month is going to be ramen month, man.
Yep.
Getting caught up on stuff. That's
ramen and hot dogs. There you go.
Yeah, I'll have the good food when he gets here, but on the weeks that he's here. But
I mean,
it's pretty tight right now.
Instant ramen hot dogs was the best meal when I was in school, like C school and all that shit, man. Fuck yeah, cheap. Fucking.
Instant ramen tuna, dude.
That and White Castle, too, because I had White Castle there in Chicago, too. White Castle.
Oh, yeah. I miss White Castle, man. And I'm only like 2 hours away. I can go up to Chicago anytime and get it.
But all those fuckers in my C school class, they hated me the next morning. You know.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because I would eat that for every meal. I get enough, right? I'd have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Those are gut bombs, dude.
And I'd come walking in, eating one fucking White Castle during class, too.
See, I'd go up whenever I take a patient. When I worked for an ambulance service, I'd be up. I'd be in the back on the way up with the patient, and then on the way back, I'd get a pack of 20 and eat them all the way home.
Yep.
Like it'd be 3, 4 in the morning, and I'd be eating White Castles, man, 20 of them on the way home.
Oh hell yeah!
It was not good by the time we hit station. It was. I destroyed everything.
Oh, I bet.
So, what were you guys talking about on the podcast when I
a little bit of everything, a little bit of food, you know, air fryers, convection ovens, you know.
Vehicles. We were on vehicles and manufacturing.
Yep.
We kind of stopped that when you jumped on.
Nice.
Random.
Yeah. Good deal. Yeah, I've just been kind of getting paperwork gathered up, getting all my bills printed out and stuff for, you know, that kind of stuff. And I gotta submit them to the court. So
fun.
It's a lot. Oh, dude, it's like every time I think I'm done, I'm like, oh, I forgot about this one. I got to print out, and then I got to turn around and scan them and then upload them for the court.
Well,
and it's a mess. But I don't think I don't even think she started. So,
well, that's what happens when you gotta, you know, you're doing the shit that the lawyers take care of normally.
Yeah.
You know,
That's all they do.
I'm
They
all,
file paperwork, man. You pay them to file paperwork and the right fucking paperwork. That's all you're doing.
well, yeah, the way it's worded and stuff, sometimes it makes sense why they charge so much, you know?
Oh yeah.
It does. My brother's going through that. He's been going through that for a while because he had to sign a no compete clause, and he's been trying to get around it because the radius is 200 fucking miles. So, when he started working for his company, because Ryan's really good at his fucking job, he knew
Yeah.
his boss knew that he had to have him sign that because Ryan could compete with him. So he was like,
See, I used to know a salon owner, dude, haircut place. It was Storm Designs, it's called that. The owner would have all the girls that worked there sign the non-compete, and it was all the way to Chicago, dude, between here and Chicago. So 290 miles
that's fucking
was yeah. So they couldn't even work in Chicago. It was crazy.
that's,
Des Moines.
that's like, and they talk about like it being like unfair, like unjust. And I know that you can get it reversed. He's just trying to get a lawyer to really like pick it up and write the paperwork.
It's so hard to get those reversed though because of the legal jargon. It's almost airtight. Like these people couldn't work in Missouri, they couldn't work in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois. I mean, they would literally have to move 2 states over to be able to work.
Yeah.
And it was like a 2-year wait period. It was crazy.
That's pretty sad. You can't work in Missouri. Fuck.
I know, right? Right?
Especially as a stylist, dude, working at a salon, man. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and in their contract, it was like you couldn't work within 250 miles or 280 miles or 300. I don't remember. It was a lot because Chicago's 289 from us, so I know it was more than that. And it was a 2-year non-compete after you left. And either you were terminated or you quit.
That's the same thing my brother has. He has a 2-year on there. So
God, dude, I couldn't imagine. Like you go to school, you put in all that money, and you're good at what you do, and you got to go. Oh, well, looks like I got to move 3 states over to work.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's in the prime spot in Roanoke, so I don't blame him for not moving. Like,
dude, it's not like you're doing Hollywood hair here. I live in fucking Davenport, Iowa.
Yeah,
the coolest thing that I have here is Bill Murray's. He comes here all the time because his grandparents lived here, and he comes here for golf because we have the John Deere Classic, and Bill Murray is always in our town, and Ashton Kutcher, of course, because he lived in Bettendorf for a little while, which is next door to us. But I mean, come on, you're just doing hair. That's dumb.
Yeah.
And we also brought up that Missouri. There's a Missouri bill tackles, for alpha-gal syndrome, Lyme disease, about tracking it right. The expansion in the state.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was that put out by your guys' AG, or was that just a legislation bill that was proposed by one of your legislators?
Legislation bill.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. I put that out there. I put that in the comments too because it has a link. See people in Missouri, right? Tell the representative, contact the representative to fucking do it. It helps you do it too. It actually writes a message that you would, for the hey, pretty much pass this motherfucker.
Especially now, Junior being in, this is the best time to
get
stuff up and get the studies on it, move that funding forward. We don't need like finding out transgender monkeys or whatever how they breed or whatever. Get that funding, man. Like, oh, I'm gonna put in for this, and then it goes in. You're like, who the fuck is reviewing this shit, man?
Oh, the hottest pepper. I'm gonna show. Have y'all seen this one yet? The hottest pepper now?
No.
The Pepper X?
No, this one just came out.
What's the name of it?
It's a Scottish pepper. I got shared up here. Yeah. It's the starts with a B, known as Brew Jock, whatever the fuck that is.
Hold on.
It's a hybrid that's cultivated in northeast Scotland.
What's
I don't know.
Like literally said the only thing I can find on the specific pepper is this post, so I must say it ain't real.
I don't think it is because right now the Pepper X, which I don't even know if they've actually given it a name yet.
It's still Pepper X, recognized by the Guinness World Records as the world's hottest chili pepper in 2023.
Yeah, so
which Scoville at 2.6 million.
Yeah, that just beat out, the Carolina Reaper.
But this one has a Scoville unit of 3 million.
Yeah, the thing is with that being said, because I follow that because I eat super, super spicy stuff. The thing about that is it's very controversial in the world of hot peppers, super hot peppers. All the people that do the competitions and everything, because it's all how you grow it. You can actually make a pepper that isn't a Reaper hotter than a Reaper. It's just by how you grow it and what you cross it with. And
see, this was a hybrid. See, this was a hybrid.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's how they got fucking ghost peppers. It's not a fucking true pepper. It's a hybrid. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, ghost peppers, they've been around for a long time. So
yeah, but when they first made them, it was not. They had they crossbred. That's what they did.
I thought ghost peppers were natural, but Carolina Reapers were not.
See, if the ghost peppers, if they were natural, they would came along before what they did.
They
were over in India. I mean, they've been over there forever. The ghost pepper, that's an Indian. That's from India.
That's
yeah. I think that's a natural pepper. I don't think that was a manufactured pepper, but I know the Reaper was. It was a hybrid pepper. It was a mix between a couple strains of peppers. But when you grow them, the less water you give it, the hotter the pepper is. So I always wait for my pepper plants to start wilting the leaves, and then I give it some water, and then it perks back up, and then I wait for it to wilt again, and then I give it a little bit of water, and I tease it all summer like that. And man, I'll tell you what.
All right, found it right here. Naturally occurring hybrid of two pepper species. Capsaicin Chinese and Capsaicin fructis that independently evolved in Asia.
Okay. So it's a natural pepper.
So it's natural, but it's also hybrid of the two.
Yeah, it's but it's a natural. It naturally grew. It wasn't forced by human.
No,
like
but
some of these others. Yeah, because I know like Pepper X, that was real controversial when they first started talking about it, and it was a really, really guarded secret of what peppers were used to crossbreed it. Because these guys that do all these competitions, it's crazy. So they also grow the peppers and try to make a hotter pepper. They guard that shit like it's NASA, or the Pentagon.
Well, Jimmy fucking Pickles is he's a nutcase.
Yeah. Yeah, like these people will kill each other over a pepper.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm
very like linked into that community because I grow them in my backyard, and like I've got so many peppers in my freezer that I need to dehydrate and turn in, but I got some pepper powder that has 3 different peppers in it, and it's freaking hot.
Well, I watched that. It was on either on Netflix or YouTube about that documentary series, where Johnny Scoville was trying to find the hottest pepper, right? All the hunt, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I found out about Jimmy Pickles and how fucking nutty the motherfucker was. How paranoid he is.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, it's just fucking pepper, people. Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. It's dude. You want to talk about conspiracy theories? There are so many in the pepper world, and it's crazy, dude. It's amazing. Those guys. I'm like, some of that shit. You're just like, no way.
I mean, we are a little fucking nutty ourselves, right, on conspiracy theories. But these motherfuckers are crackpots.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
and everybody's out to get them, dude. Everybody is out to get them and steal their peppers.
Yeah. Now, Johnny Scoville seems like more sane compared to other ones. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
He just wants to eat the fucking hottest pepper. Which I don't know. I am not out for it. I like fucking hot shit, but I don't want pain. These motherfuckers want pain.
Yeah. Yep. That's if it doesn't hurt, it's not hot enough. That's my saying. I gotta hurt. I want tears. I want tears. I want fucking the risk of blisters in my mouth that aren't herpes. You know, that's the only time I want blisters in my mouth is from hot stuff.
Yeah. You know, I want the flavor from the hot peppers, right? I don't want the pain. I want the flavor.
I like the whole experience. Yeah, my son eats ghost peppers and stuff. My son eats ghost peppers. Like he uses ghost pepper sauce on a ton of stuff, dude. He was eating chips the other day, just tortilla chips, putting ghost pepper on it.
The ghost pepper can be flavorful and still hot, but not painful too.
Oh no, mine are painful.
Because there's one of the ladies that delivers my groceries for me from Walmart, right? She made me some chips with ghost pepper, right? You know, like hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's flavorful, but not painful. Very fucking good.
I don't know if I have any that isn't painful. Maybe I have one or two. I don't know.
Well, I ain't never eaten your fucking shit because you like to pay. Fuck that shit. No.
Yeah. That's the pain, baby.
Yeah.
No. No. So I don't want heartburn for fucking 2 to 3 days. Fuck that.
You got to take an omeprazole, dude.
or the capsaicin cramps.
What's it like?
Capsaicin is so good for your body, though, man. I think it cleanses your body.
In small doses, not where you get the fucking cramps. I mean, it's good for it's good for your teeth. It's good for your heart health, everything. But not the way some of these motherfuckers eat it. Just like the hot ones. Have you seen the show The Hot Ones?
Yeah, that's easy. That is I don't think that's a challenge.
Yeah. But now, have you did the one chip challenge, Thumper?
Oh yeah. I've done the Devil's Toe or whatever it's called. It's like 9 million Scovilles. I've done that one. That one's a good one. If you run it, that one will hurt you because it hurt me. And
the fuck is no,
dude? I was drooling. I was snotting my chin because this was when I was shaving. You know, my chin was just red, dude. It looked like I had like a rash, dude. It was so red from the heat, just from touching my skin. It was awesome. And it had like the flavor of cinnamon. Oh, dude, it was so hot. No. That blows away. That blows away like some of the other challenges, like the one chip challenge. I actually had a few of those, and I just ate them like it was nothing. I didn't actually like the flavor of the chip. It was actually felt stale to me.
A lot of people say that too. Like it tastes stale.
Yeah, it didn't have a good flavor and it was stale. Like I'd rather use my pepper, which is hotter than that, and have a fresh chip.
If it's 9 million Scoville, it ain't gonna have no fucking flavor. It's gonna be straight fucking heat.
But the chip wasn't. That's not 9 million. The Devil's Toe was 9 million, and that tasted like cinnamon. It's like a lollipop, dude, that you suck on. It's like this long, and it looks like a toe with a toenail on it, and you just suck on it. And you're supposed to hold it in your mouth for like 2 to 5 minutes. I don't remember what it is. That's the challenge. And then, it's straight cinnamon flavor. I mean, it tasted good, but it was hot. It was really hot.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying that whatsoever. I don't care. I'm gonna say, in words of Billy Madison, jackass. Yeah, I think you've been blown up too many fucking times. But yeah, no, you keep all that hot shit. Nope. If I'll never eat your hot sauce, if it's that fucking no, nope.
I just got a text from her saying, just a heads up, I'm having people move me out around 10 a.m. on Sunday.
Well, hopefully it's all one shot for you.
Well, she's been slowly moving stuff out, and I'm like, just hurry up and get your shit and go. You know? Don't need to stretch this out much. Like, I don't care who you have, because she's been talking to dudes on Tinder and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Trying to hook up.
See, I told you she had a backup plan. Told you.
No, I knew she did, dude. She admitted to my mom. She admitted to my mom before the divorce even came out that we were going to get a divorce, that she's had an exit plan. I think that was just preemptive, letting my mom know she was. But what she did, I don't think what she realized was I wasn't going to fight for her. Yep. You know, that's why I went down and filed for divorce and served her myself. I wasn't going to pay a sheriff to do it.
Yeah, because I know when you try like, fuck, I can't do it right now. It was on Saturday or something like that. I was like,
yeah. Because I had to file everything first.
Yep.
Then it had to be accepted by the court.
Yep.
Then
Get that court case.
Her. Then I had to serve her, and then I had to file that, and then now I'm in the process of filing my financials, which is the last thing I need to do. And if she doesn't file her financials within 20 days, I can request a default divorce, and they'll just divorce us. Otherwise, it's a 90-day wait period. So either way, I mean, I'm on the 90-day wait period right now. So in 12 or 13 days, I'll be able to file for a default divorce if she hasn't filed anything.
Yep. Oh, little tape. Speaking of urban myths, right? We talked about this earlier, right?
Yeah.
Here's one we have not talked about here in Missouri yet. And I've actually seen this one because it's up there in Kirksville, Missouri. You know, up there, not too far from me, not too far from the Iowa border, right there.
Right.
What was it?
The Devil's Chair.
Oh, the Devil's Chair.
Yeah, or simply the Haunt Chair is a common legend, but one specific to Missouri involves what is known as the braided chair in Kirksville at Highland Park Cemetery. The legend goes that those who sit in the chair at midnight or a Halloween or during a full moon will either be punished or rewarded for their foolish bravery. Another legend suggests a hand will rise from the grave and drag you down to hell. Since all devil's chairs are in cemeteries, it's easy to imagine getting spooked by such a tale. However, the chairs were most likely placed there as monuments or even just places for mourners to sit. You know?
Hey, Gilly, bring up Google Black Angel of Death in Iowa City. I got pictures of this. I actually took the kids there so they could see
Black Angel what?
Of Death, Iowa City. It's about 30 minutes from my house.
Iowa City. Okay.
It's in a cemetery also.
Yep. Okay, here. Let me share this again. Okay.
Yeah, I've taken the kids up there and shown them it. Because I used to drive by it all the time.
All right.
The Black Angel.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right there, right?
Yep, that's it. That's the Black Angel of Death.
Okay, one of the highest points in Iowa City, Oakland Cemetery is nearly as old as the city itself. In 1839, Iowa City was first platted, Block 10, which was just outside 1 square mile land being developed. A few exceptions. I'm trying to get out. What's the history of it? It's just, without doubt, the most famous, or maybe I should use it. objective in famous Iowa City Cemetery is not a deceased person, but a 9 feet high bronze statue of angelic being. One that has happened turned black as it aged. Her heavenly name is unknown, so sitting atop a 4 feet high pedestal, simply is called a black angel.
Yeah, so the story goes, anybody that touches it dies. Okay. So if you read about this, it talks about different people that died and stuff like that.
Okay, here's one. They're staying, I would say, last until January 14th, 1891, when Eddie, age 17, who's working as a clerk at Broder's drugstore, suddenly died of spinal meningitis.
Oh, that's the tree trunk one, though.
Oh, that's the tree trunk one?
Yeah, there's a couple different ones in that cemetery, but that one, that's a big one. It has its actually own Wikipedia if you go to it, and it'll explain all the curse and everything. Because Iowa's old as fuck.
There we go. Here we go. It's supported by taxpayers. Blah blah blah. It's Catholics were usually buried there.
Here you go, right there. The story of the Black Angel dates back to the late 19th century. So if you read that, it talks about how people died after they've touched it and come into contact with it.
Had a bronze statue after first marriage producer son, Edward, I don't know what the fuck that name is. Fucking Russian or German, whatever. Or Czech. Teresa had the bronze statue made in Chicago by Czech American.
Czech American, yeah.
Yeah. Sculptor Mario transported to cemetery in 1915. Her second husband asked her to place in a repository at the base of the statue when Tessa died. Her ashes were placed beside, although the monument displays Teresa's birthday, there was no sign of her death. Over the years, Oxide acquired many students surrounding the residence of Iowa City statue, the biggest night attraction. That's Halloween where students gathered. Some tests are learned by touching or kissing the statue. It is said that if one touches or kisses the statue, they will be struck dead unless that person is virgin. It's also rumored that if a pregnant woman walks beneath the statue's stretched wings, that she will miscarry. Vandals have damaged the statue, removing several fingers. Okay. That would kind of interesting.
And there is more to it, like more deaths that they say has been linked to that statue. And then down the street from there, there's a bookstore that is really, really old from the 1800s. The building is. And it's supposed to be haunted as well. But yeah.
Here's another one here in Missouri. The Zombie Road. All right. Stories associated with the Zombie Road outside of St. Louis are many. While the original name of the road was Lawyer Ford Road, it started being referred to as Zombie Road in the 1950s. This is perhaps due to the stories of the zombie killer, a creepy guy who lived in a shack in the woods who would attack young lovers looking for a place to be alone. As the years passed, the chilling stories continued, including ghosts, vanishing, strange noises. One of the most spine-tingling tales made frequently retold story about the ghost man who was hit by a train in Alhambra area. The chilling part about that is there is a true story in which a wife of a local judge named Della Hamilton, McCauliffe, whatever the fuck that is, was hit by a train, killed in 1876. Since there are no records of anyone else being killed by train there, it's widely believed that Miss McCall may just be the famed ghost of the Zombie Road. Which should be interesting. I'd like to see that sometime. Go visit that. Can't hear you, little tape.
What?
Oh, I thought you said something.
No, I didn't know I was talking about something else. Sorry.
Oh. Just no
Death has been featured on Ancient Aliens. They're talking about like objects and stuff.
I haven't seen that one yet on Ancient Aliens.
Yeah.
I also took the kids to Edinburgh Manor, which has been on, I guess, some ghost hunting shows. It's here in Iowa. It's about 45 minutes away from here, and it's a haunted place. It had like there's supposedly a bunch of Indian kids buried in unmarked graves out there. Well, all kinds of stuff. The story is pretty crazy, but it's been on a ghost hunting show on national TV and stuff, and it's supposedly haunted too, and affects people while they're there and all that.
Well, see, you know what's funny? There's 3 places here in Boonville, right? That's supposedly haunted, and I've never been to. Well, I've been to Kemper, but never at night, right? Kemper Military School.
Yeah.
See, that's where the YMCA is now. But a lot of those barracks have been either been demolished or turned to something else.
Yeah.
And now, in the old Cooper County Jail, hanging bar, which you're always going to have ghost stories about that, right?
Yep.
But there's also a mansion that's right on Main Street, recently built by the riverboat captain named Joseph Kennedy in 18. Let me see here. Let me share this. In 18, read more. All right. It said that it's haunted by a member of the Kennedy family named Noble, whose ghost has been encountered by many. At age 26, Noble was killed but after falling down the grass staircase. And it's actually, I think there's a salon in there now, if I remember correctly. But you can also do tours of that place too, but I've never done it.
See, let's see, Annie Wittenmeyer here in town. During the Civil War, it used to be a place for war orphans. That's where they were kept during the Civil War. So when people were killed during the Civil War, their orphan kids would be sent to this place, and it's just not even a mile away from my house. And then there's a couple other places that are haunted, supposedly. We got a ton of mansions down by the Mississippi River that have been here since the Civil War. It's pretty interesting. There's one that actually I've been in, and they have hidden passages inside the walls for slaves and stuff like that were trying to get out of the South. They were coming up through Missouri into Iowa. Well, a lot of these houses have secret hidden passages and stuff.
Well, and cool slaves coming from Missouri, right? Well, actually, a lot of people don't realize this. Missouri had slaves.
Yeah.
We had slaves, especially in mid-Missouri, especially in the town I grew up in, had slaves.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they were escaping, coming up into Iowa from Missouri. And the mansion has hidden passageways inside the walls. And that's where they were hiding slaves here. There's a place called McClellan Heights here in town that's all houses from the Civil War era, and Gold Coast along the Mississippi River here. And then you have the Civil War place where the orphans were at Annie Wittenmeyer. It's pretty interesting, the history in Iowa here, especially because where I used to play at a park, there was a Union training camp. And the Rock Island Arsenal is the Army's largest arsenal, what they call the arsenals. It's not an actual arsenal, but it's on the largest island in the Mississippi River. And it's pretty cool.
Okay. See, there's 2 houses there in Mobley that I always wanted to buy, right? The first one, now it's called the Temple Stevens house, right? Which a lot of people don't know what Temple Stevens it was an old grocery store chain. People who founded it, right? But they bought the old Terrell house, right? That had slaves, and the slave quarters are still there, along with the original barn. And there were slaves, and there was 2 houses. There was another one about maybe half a mile north of there, right? That had tunnels going between the houses, and the tunnels are still there, going all the way to where the prison's at now.
Yeah.
But they've been, the prison, cut them off, right? So prisoners can't fucking find them, right? But I wish I had the money growing up. I mean, even when I, got of age, I would love to buy those houses. There's one house, the old Terrell house. It's an old Victorian mansion style house, and now it's on disrepair, right? You know, and so because a lot of people don't realize that fucking Missouri, it was not a fucking Union state. It was half and half.
Yeah,
you know,
split.
Half Confederate, half Union. Plain simple. I mean, that's where Jesse James comes into play. He fought for fucking, like his brother and all that, fought for fucking South. You know, Bloody Bill Anderson. You know, because a lot of their ancestors moved from fucking the South. That's a lot of people don't realize Missouri has a lot of Southern history in this state.
Oh yeah, yep, 100%.
But now one of the most haunted places that people like to go to here in Missouri, right, is no longer going to be around. The Jefferson City fucking prison, right, the old one, right there on the river, because they're going to turn that area into like a sports park, and fucking like festival stuff, right? Where people, outdoor vendors, all that shit, right?
Yeah. I've actually been there. I've been through there a bunch of times.
Yeah. But I've never been to that prison for ghost hunting, right? Because I mean, I don't really believe in ghosts because I've never seen one. Now, I'm not saying that they're not out there. I've never experienced that.
I don't believe in them because I've never seen one, but I've been to so many places that have haunted, like the Villisca axe murder house, where like a whole family and like
we talked about that before. He showed you that picture online.
Holding the axe. I've been places that have been haunted, and I've never felt anything. People say this house is haunted. That I'm in. I've never, I don't get wrapped up in it. I don't know, because I've never.
One of the ghost shows I like watching, right? It's not really a ghost show, but they do Ghost Expedition X, right? Where Josh Gates' team.
My mom's been trying to get me to watch that. I just can't get into it.
His team goes out there, like he's been in Missouri, right? Been to Iowa, right? Been all over, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're saying, what they're saying, right? If it's someone making those noises, right? That's me. I'm like, now, somebody really make those noises, or are they truly in there alone, right? I mean,
yeah, I don't. That's the thing, is like you're not there, so you don't know.
Or Ghost Adventures, right? Now that one gets a little interesting sometimes, but I don't know if it's made for TV or if it's actually real.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of it now is made for TV. They've went back through and talked about scripted, like Taps was, and a lot of these ones, because they'll go to places and they won't get anything, so they'll have to make something up.
And that just takes away. That's why a lot of people don't believe in this shit, because if they're truly making it up, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I've never experienced anything like that, so I just don't believe in it. Until something like jumps out and proves to me, then that's a whole nother story. But
now my dad claims one time, this has been a few years ago, that he was pushed in a cemetery, right? During Memorial Day, or right before Memorial Day, when Mom and Dad was going laying, flowers and all that for family members, right?
Yep.
And it was flat ground, right? Because I know the cemetery is that. It's flat ground. And Dad fell down. Dad goes, I was pushing behind. I said, Dad, was you fucking drinking at the time? He said, even Mom was, no, he was not drinking. But he also had a fucked up leg. He never got his hamstring fixed right.
Yeah.
So he has that fucked up. I said, Dad, is it your leg? Was it drinking? What? He goes, no, I was not drinking. I was not drinking yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's never. I just haven't had an event that makes me believe. It's the same as like aliens. It's hard for me to believe it because I just never seen it. Not saying it couldn't happen, just saying physically, I have not seen anything yet that would be like 100% like, oh my God.
Well, see, I believe in aliens. I've never seen one, but I believe they're real because I want to see them.
I mean, but that's also part of the reason why I'm not religious, I just it's like hard to believe something that I don't trust humans. So, the ones that wrote the books, how do I know that that's not made up?
And I just think everybody's entitled to what they believe in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's some things when it comes to like the Bible, okay, that's a little far fetched, right? But some things it kind of lines up with what goes on today too, in a way. Sometimes.
I mean, look, you could read Stephen King, The Stand, and there's things that line up with that.
Oh yeah, it's all about what you believe in.
I mean, the Long Walk. I don't know if you've read that book from Stephen King, but that's a good one.
I've never read that one yet.
So he wrote that long time ago, and it's about the basically before any reality shows were around, and it's about every year they gather 100 males, and they walk from one coast to the other, and if you stop or fall below a certain mile per hour, you get killed. And it talks about basically the humanity of like it's like seeing a car accident when you're driving, you slow down to look at it, and people line the streets of these towns as these kids walk through to see, and they take bets on who's going to get killed. And like, it's pretty interesting. And if you think about the way society is, this, like I said, was written before, it was written before Cops was on TV, which was the first reality show, and how infatuated people are with reality shows now, even though their life is reality and the shows are fake. This was like in the book, it was real. Like they were getting killed. These kids were actually getting killed. Yeah. And so like people were getting infatuated with this every year, and it turns into this big festival and stuff. And it's pretty interesting, and I think that it just kind of goes to show how humanity deteriorates over time and gets worse and worse. And I think that's probably more true than a lot of other things.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah. If you haven't read The Long Walk, read it. It's not a very long book. It's a couple hundred pages, if that. It's really thin, but it's actually a really good book. And you're like, damn, okay.
Yeah, speaking of Cops, right? My brother he said, I've always wanted to see you on Cops one of these days. I said, motherfucker.
I said, motherfucker. Good chance, man.
I said, motherfucker. I said, Cops wasn't filming where we was at overseas or fucking, where the cities was in, like Frisco. They was there.
Yeah.
Filming.
Oh, about that book, by the way, it's not under Stephen King. It's Bachman. He wrote it under a pseudonym. So if you do go to look for it, it's not going to be under Stephen King, but the last name will be Bachman. Yeah, that was a pseudonym because back then he wrote some books under his pseudonym to see if people would still buy him, because he thought people were just buying his books because of his name and not his writing. But it turned out it was because of his writing. He wanted to see if people were just buying his books just to buy them because it was written by Stephen King.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't make a movie out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't. They did the movie Stand, though. They made that movie, and then they made a TV show about it too, not too long ago.
Well, one of my favorite movies back in the day. A lot of people don't remember this movie. Sometimes they come back with that old '55 Chevy, right?
Yep.
I love that one. And you also got Christine too.
Well, they have Gerald's Game. They've got Misery.
Yeah. Misery was pretty fucking good. Those actors did a good job at Misery, I thought.
Yeah, there was a couple differences in the book, obviously, than the movie, but
yeah, there always are.
The two, but there always are. Yeah, like when she hobbles him in the book versus the movie. Like the movie, she puts the block between his legs and hits his ankles and breaks them. In the book, she actually cuts his feet off and cauterizes them. So he talks about it. He goes into depth about like the taste of his piss because he's drinking it because she's not giving him water, and like all kinds of the book is definitely, if you've never read the book and watched the movie, highly recommend reading the book.
I've never read the book. I've watched the movie, but never read the book.
The book is so much more descriptive than the movie was, and it's crazy.
See, the only book I've ever read and watched a movie on is Where the Red Fur Grows.
Yeah, okay.
Now there's actually three movies out there, not three books, but three movies for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It takes place, of course, the first movie is when he was younger, right? The next one is when he's older, right? Then the third one is after he comes back from World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
No, I still love that fucking book, man. That's my favorite all time book right there.
I grew up reading Stephen King, so reading anything else is kind of hard.
I mean, mainly because I like that book mainly because it has fucking hunting, right? And it's part of fucking like Southern Missouri culture, Missouri culture in a way. Mm-hmm. Arkansas, Oklahoma, right? All that area right
there. Yeah.
And I got River reading that book now too, so.
Nice.
Because he likes a lot of that shit too.
Yep.
And I do have the Kill the Mockingbird book for when River is ready. He's gonna read that fucking book. Yeah, because I had to read the book at school, right? We also watched the movie. I think that movie needs to still be played in schools, and the book needs to be read too.
See, we never watched going to school when I was in school. I mean, I'm a lot older, obviously, but
no, you're younger than me.
Well, what I'm saying is like nowadays, we never watched movies. Like we always had to read the books.
See, we had to read the books too, but also we had some cool teachers too. They're like, okay, you read the book and did your book portion out. Here's the movie.
I think in a whole school year, might have watched maybe one.
Before I got to high school, right? See, the small town of Reddick, which was at that time 170 people, right? Still like 190, 200, right? To this day. Well, he's only K through 8th grade, right? My whole class was only like 15 fucking people. That was it.
Oh, yeah. See, when I went to high school here in Iowa, I went to the largest high school in the state. We had over 5,000. Yeah. We had over 5,000 kids.
See, that's before I went to high school. Now, when I went to high school, my graduating class was like 200.
My freshman class was over 500.
But I'm saying from Missouri, like Mobley, Missouri is only like 12,000 people, right? That's pretty fucking good. A lot of people for that town.
Yeah. Yeah, I went from a high school here that had 5,000 kids down to Arkansas, and Valley Springs High School had 200 kids from kindergarten through 12th grade in it. Graduating class was like, when I got there, was like 22. And then I went from there to Indiana and Brown County High School in Brown County, Indiana, which is like central. It's about 35 minutes south of Indianapolis. And that was, I think my graduating class was 200 and something maybe, because that's where I graduated from. I went to 11th and 12th grade, and I don't remember exactly how many because I didn't walk. I actually moved back to Iowa and had them mail my diploma to me. And then I joined the service. So I left like a month. So I got back here and I was here for 2 months. I joined the Navy, got in the delayed entry program, and I was only in the delayed entry program for a month. And then I shipped to boot camp. So like all through those schools, I didn't watch hardly anything. They didn't give us movies. It was read, which, I mean, I'm okay with, I guess. But
now, when I was in high school, we didn't get to watch a lot of movies. But like when I was like kindergarten through 8th grade, yeah, if they had a book we was reading, they'd let us watch the movie afterwards.
Well, that's because you guys in Missouri were still learning how to read until 10th grade.
No, I learned how to read when I was at least like in 4th grade, goddamn. Or that's what I got out of that's what I got out of the special ed reading classes. It was 4th grade.
Now, have you been paying attention to MLB?
No.
Because your Cardinals are number 1 right now, but they've only played.
Oh yeah, we're the only ones that. Oh, I forgot that I was gonna bring it up. Yeah, we're the only one in the Central that won yesterday.
We're number 2 though. No, we beat Arizona 10-6.
No, you're on you today, but yesterday you was on 2. Yesterday,
right?
Because
but we've played 2 more games than you, so technically, average wise, we should be number 1.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean the Cubs, because all the other teams.
I know, but that ain't happening. All right, here. I didn't even see fucking Cardinals even play today. Might play tonight.
I don't think they do.
No, they don't play today. So
we're like 1-2 right now, but the Diamondbacks are 0-1. You guys are 1-0. So we've already actually played 2 games more than most, actually, which is weird. But I think I could have swore we have a game coming up tonight.
You do?
Or is it on right now?
No, it's tonight, 8:20 or something like that.
Is it?
Because you're playing out west. You're playing in Arizona.
Yeah. Where is my...
Because your all's first game was in Tokyo, in Japan, against the Dodgers.
Yeah, which threw everything off.
Which I was watching ESPN one night before I went to bed. I was like, why the fuck does it say Tommy Edman hit the first home run of the season? As the season had started. I didn't realize they already started the season.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was still in spring training. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know why, but we did it weird this year. So 8:40 tonight is what it says.
Yep.
So because technically, if you look, yesterday was the first non-spring training game.
Yeah. Technically, yes.
So technically, we're 1-0, but we've played 2 other games, which is stupid. Because
technically you're not 1-0. You're 1-2. Technically.
Because they shouldn't count them. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they did count. They did count them. Look at the fucking. I'm on ESPN right now. Look at the fucking standings.
I know, because the 25th playing the Braves, that's counted as a spring training game, and we beat them.
Because right now, you guys, since you won yesterday, right? You guys are behind us. You're second right now.
I know.
So, and of course, Milwaukee. I love seeing Milwaukee be down at the bottom. That's where Milwaukee needs to be, down at the bottom.
But if you look at it, the 2 Dodgers games that you're talking about, those didn't count as spring training. All the other games around it, so before and after those games, were spring training games. But the 2 Dodger games,
that was in Japan, that counted towards the season.
Regular season, which is dumb. It's the stupidest thing ever. You can't have 2 regular season games in between spring training.
You guys are just fucking mad that Cardinals above you right now in the standings.
Well, we know it's not going to stay that way, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah. You guys might get us, we're going to flip-flop throughout the season, right? We're going to flip-flop, guaranteed. We always do. But Cardinals going to come on top this year versus Cubs.
I know. I want to get up to a game this year.
I always like going to it, especially when the Cubs games, right? I love going to those because even the Cubs fans, like when they're at Busch Stadium, right? Dude, I mean, there's no fucking bickering and nothing against fans. Hell, we all get along,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish there was a Cardinals game tonight, even though we played the Twins. I hate when they fucking play one day, right? Have a day off, and then play Saturday. I'm like, what the fuck? Just play a 4-game set. Come on.
I know. I hate the Brewers. I absolutely hate the Brewers.
Oh, I do too.
I don't think anybody in the Midwest likes the Brewers. I think it's only the people that live there like the Brewers.
I hate them more than the Cubs. That says something right there.
And then let's see. The Giants. I hate the Giants. And the Dodgers too, obviously, but I do hate the Cardinals. They're just trash.
Shit. You're just mad because, that we beat y'all quite a few times. That's what you're mad about.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is a great rivalry. That is a great rivalry right there. Chicago, St. Louis, right? Because they're like fucking, dude. They're not fucking far apart.
You used to be that way with hockey too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I went to one time. I went to a Blues game. That's when I was still married. My wife had a conference for hearing aids, right, in Chicago, right? I was okay. Says it's hockey season. I said Blues were in town. I said we're going to the fucking Blackhawk game. Watch at St. Louis with the we was the only ones wearing St. Louis Blues shit, right? You'd be surprised how many St. Louis Blues fans are in Chicago.
Yeah.
And in St. Louis too. So I've been to both, Chicago and fucking St. Louis. But those are some hard hitting matches right there when those two team plays. When they play.
I remember, God. Yeah, the hockey team I think was more rival than football even.
Yeah.
With Chicago.
Yeah.
I think Chicago between hockey and baseball, those are two of the biggest rivalries I think in the nation.
Well, when it comes to football, right? With Chicago, it's the Packers.
I was gonna say that's Green Bay all the way.
It's the Packers.
Yeah. Yep. For football, but baseball and hockey, I think out of
it's St. Louis right there. It's all the way.
All of the leagues, the Chicago versus St. Louis is like one of the all-time. Now, I will say the Red Sox and Cubs that one is a big one too because that goes all the way back to Babe Ruth. Him standing at the plate and Wrigley pointing at the outfield and then hitting his home run.
And you also forget too the Cardinals and Yankees too, since they have the most trophies, World Series trophies out of any fucking team in the American League and National League team.
Yeah. Yep.
And it wasn't until recently where they renewed that rivalry,
Before, I really hope they put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
They won't.
You never know. He was pardoned.
No, it doesn't matter. He's still if they put him in Hall of Fame, I ain't saying he don't deserve to be in Hall of Fame, right? He does. But if they're gonna put him in there, then fucking Chicago Black Sox, right? 1919 Chicago Black Sox, right? Need to be in there too. Especially Shoeless Joe Jackson, who was never fucking convicted of fucking betting.
But basically the whole damn team was. Where Babe Ruth was one dude.
Yeah.
Hi.
See, River, you don't disappear anymore, do you?
Yeah.
See that green screen back there? Because of that. Now I disappeared. What the fuck? Well, yeah, you can have that. But Shoeless Joe got a raw deal on that whole deal right there.
I think it was more just because he knew what was going on.
Well, he couldn't read. He could not fucking read or write. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I think that was a messed up deal too, but at the same time.
But if you're gonna put Pete Rose in there, you got to put them in there, because especially Shoeless Joe, right? Then you got to put fucking Mark McGwire in there. Roger Clemens, fucking Barry Bonds in there too.
Well, I don't see. That's the thing is, those are doping issues, not betting issues. You know what I mean? That's a whole different thing.
But still, doping was part of the culture back in the day too.
Everybody was doping in the 80s and early 90s. I know. That
exactly.
Was a big thing.
And granted, I was never, granted, Barry Bonds, right? He did dope. Because everyone's seen how, I remember watching him when he was a rookie, right? I got his rookie card, how skinny he was. If he would never juiced, right, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. He would have broke the fucking home run record, right? Never would have. But he was a great player. Mark McGwire. I mean, when he took, right, what they caught him on was Andrew Ball, right, which was legal at the time. And he did it because he was always getting hurt, and I do believe that. Now, Roger Clemens, I don't think when he won his 7 Cy Youngs, right? I don't think he was doping because he never was big. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it's kind of messed up. So
I mean, if you're gonna put him in there, put him in there, right?
Yeah.
You know, but put all of them in there. You know.
So on the lines of baseball, though, this year, the Field of Dreams is going to be doing a concert with Tim McGraw. It'd be pretty cool at the field, and then they're going to have a baseball game. I'm kind of pissed though that
there's no more baseball game. There's no Major League Baseball game going to Iowa now. Now it's somewhere else.
I know, and I'm pissed off about that because
fucking Alabama. I think Cardinals are playing it in Alabama this year.
I don't understand why they didn't have the Cubs. They had the White Sox play for the first time there. Nobody cares about the White Sox down here. Iowa does not care about the White Sox. The South Side is garbage. They wanted
in the movie.
I know.
In the movie, though.
It's just dumb. I don't agree with it because I can tell you right now, the Cubs would have brought way more people in. And what's stupid is a lot of people don't know this, but they did it as a raffle. You couldn't just buy tickets for the game. You had to be put in hope that you get picked because it's such a small place.
Sure.
But they're going to have Tim McGraw, and there was somebody else that they're going to have there after Tim McGraw, like the next day. But so the Field of Dreams is like 30 minutes away from my house, and I've been there. You can actually rent the house and stay in it. That was in the movie. So it's an actual working farm. It's pretty cool. But I wish they would have used the Cubs.
I wish they would not move what they call the Field of Dreams game, right, to Alabama. I think it's Alabama this year. Let me look it up here.
They should. That's not the Field of Dreams. The Field of Dreams.
I know it's not, but that's but that's what they're calling the game still.
I know it's bullshit. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a beer.
All right, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay.
Field of Dreams game 2025. I was right. It's Alabama now. Let me see who's playing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's fucking wait for Hodges on this one.
Yeah, this is all you motherfuckers, man. I could care less about baseball.
I know you're not a real big sports guy unless it's Seattle.
All I got to say is Jose Canseco and Darryl Strawberry for the win. Fuck all you motherfuckers.
Now, Darryl Strawberry, he was a fucking and the fucking Doc Good, right? Those two were fucking badasses, fucking all the coke they did. Right?
Yeah. Well, you were talking about Juicing and Mark McGwire, and it's like you forgot about Jose Canseco.
Yeah.
You know, same way.
Yep.
Up, next thing you know, fucking home run madness.
Yep. Hodges,
I know.
Birmingham, Alabama. But see, here's the thing too: it's Field Dreams won't return to Iowa at least in 2025 due to upgrades or something like that. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, because so they need to build better bleachers and stuff around the field, but it's just dumb that they're still calling it. Because I'm sorry, you have it anywhere else. It's not the Field of Dreams.
It's not the field. You know? No, I'm with you on that. It's not the Field of Dreams right there. You know, it's not at all.
No,
they should call it something else because I know why they did it in Birmingham, Alabama, because of back in the day, the Negro Leagues, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day. I get that.
You call it something else. Don't call it the Field of Dreams.
You don't call it Field of Dreams. You call it something
Iowa
else.
Iowa owns that shit.
You know.
Oh, it feels so good outside. I'm sitting outside, man. It's so nice. It's like 70, almost 80 degrees right now.
Yeah, it was 77 here today on it. And I started mowing the yard until my electric mower, I forgot to charge up one of the batteries, you know, so I only had one battery. So I got majority of it mowed. So I was like, fuck it, you know. And that electric mower still set off my fucking vertigo.
Really?
I was like, and it's self-propelled too. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You need to get one of those that are remote controlled.
I've been thinking about it too, but they're pricey right now.
Lawnmowers.
They're pricey.
There's a way to make one, dude. I have a buddy that makes them.
Dude, I don't have the fucking tools, the welders to make that shit no more. You know, I sold all that shit.
That way you can sit on the porch, drink a beer, and mow the yard at the same time.
I know. I sold all that shit, man.
Or you know what? The kids, man. Landon, he drives a remote control car all the time. I just give him that shit and let him mow the yard.
Well, River, he's getting to be tall enough to where I don't have to adjust the bars down right for him on the push mower. He's getting to where he's going to be push mowing the fucking yard for long.
Yeah. See, Landon loves to mow.
Because at his age, I mean, at 8 years old, I was already mowing fucking yards at 8 years old. You know.
Yeah, Landon loves to mow the. Hi, Yasha. Hi.
But I also started trying to, this week, I also started my workout routine again. Yeah, I found out the hard way. Nope. I ain't ready for that shit yet. Because that sets up my vertigo for 4 to 5 hours at a time. Way after I'm done. Oh, yeah. See, Rocky last couple of nights, Rocky called me after he's done on the food truck, right? Because he knows what I'm blinking a lot. He's like, "You okay?" I said, "No, I'm just fine. Just doing this. This started." He's like, "Damn." I said, "Yeah." I mean, you don't realize. I said, this is the thing I would not wish on anybody, right? Besides the alpha gal, except two people that I fucking truly hate. I truly hate, right? And that's saying something right there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how you do it with the alpha gal. I couldn't do it. I got to eat beef and shit. Nope. I'd fucking die.
You adapt to overcome too, man. You do. And everyone's like, "Well, you know,
man." That's the Iowa.
Dude, I was the same fucking way, man. I was the same fucking way. But everyone's like, "Well, since you can't eat beef or pork anymore, you're gonna lose a lot of weight." I said, "No, I'm not going to, people." And you really don't. When you start eating chicken all the time, salmon, you really don't lose a lot of weight.
I mean, what if you were a cannibal, dude?
You'd be fucked if he's a cannibal. I'm telling you, you would be.
Yeah, that would suck.
You couldn't be like the Donner Party in the 1800s, right?
Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer gets sick every time he eats somebody.
Or I was talking about the Donner Party, right?
No, I know, yeah.
But Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah. I mean,
or those dudes that were that soccer team in the Andes mountains down in South America.
Or that fucking
movie
one
Alive or whatever.
Yep. Or that one fucking tribe. Fuck, is it South America or fucking around Australia somewhere?
I think it was down by Australia where that guy went ashore and they ended up fucking killing his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that.
Papua New Guinea, man.
Yes, New Guinea, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some tribes down in the fucking Amazon rainforest too that fucking will eat you too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was that always reminds me of this interview I saw with this dude that sat down with a cannibal, and the cannibal actually was like talking about eating him,
Yeah, he was getting mad. He kept asking questions, and the dude was like, he asked too many questions. The guy's like, "Oh, fuck, I'm about to eat."
Yep. Fucking gonna eat his ass.
And some people think that's what happened to Amelia Earhart.
It could have. You never know.
Do.
She looked kind of tasty. I mean,
she was skin and bones, man.
Hey, there's some chickens that are skin and bones, but you still eat it.
Yeah, but you got
quail.
Yeah, but you gotta have but you gotta have a whole mess of them motherfuckers to have a meal. Come on now.
Cornish hens and shit, man. That's skin and bones.
And pheasants can be the same way too.
Yeah.
But not as bad as quail. Quail is the worst one. I mean, they're good as long as they're cooked right.
Yeah.
Pheasants. But that is the hardest bird to cook because so many people, since they're so small, they overcook them.
Yeah, they usually just get the eggs from them.
Yep. Now, the best way to eat quail, in my opinion, is fried. The best fucking way.
Get a couple little picks like a crawfish.
Really? I mean, you cook it just like you do rabbit, squirrel, fried rabbit, squirrel. You cook it just like that.
Yeah.
But I grew up eating that shit, where a lot of people nowadays never grew up eating that shit. So now when they want to cook it, oh, we got to use all these French techniques. Oh, bullshit. Go use that old fucking Southern mentality. Just fry the motherfucker. Everything's good deep fried, especially when you use lard. Come on now.
Right.
Or duck fat. You know.
Duck's not gonna win.
Which I guess that is a fucking French technique. Fucking duck confit.
Yeah, that's definitely French.
You know, and what's funny, right? I don't see how the hell it's fucking French when even the settlers that duck hunted, right? You know, they use the duck fat for lard.
Well, I mean, you got to remember that
French
invented like the duck fucking carcass press. So you put like the carcass in there and you press that shit down and get the rest of the juice out of it.
Squeezes everything. Yep.
Yeah. Fucking, they love presses, man. French press coffee, fucking duck press, like you name it, there's a press for it.
Yeah, dude. I haven't had duck in so long. I haven't really even had lamb in forever. It's been a long time, you know, like that's not my go-to here in town. Like mine's beef, and I haven't been able to eat pork much because my soon-to-be ex-wife, she can't tolerate it because of the enzymes and stuff. It makes her stomach upset. But now, you know, like shit, I can eat all kinds of pork now, and people don't realize that pork is actually healthy. It's pretty lean. You know, I love ham. I'm going to be making my own ham on the open pit barbecue.
Well, it's like the best substitute for sausage gravy for sausage, right, is duck sausage. You know, for the fat, especially for biscuits and gravy. That is the best substitute that you can have right there. River actually made the gravy last night, sausage gravy. You know, because I made him make it. You know, I used duck sausage, maple flavor. And that's really fucking good. If you like maple, though. If you don't like maple, you ain't going to like it. Play simple.
See, when I make my biscuits and gravy, I use 2 pounds of sausage, and I use a spicy and a regular. I don't like using the maple because I think it kind of throws off the taste, you know, by doing that. Because I make my my sausage, my gravy a little different with ingredients, so the flavoring. I don't like the maple in it, but I always use a spicy and a regular. So I use about 2 pounds every time I make it, but I use a 14-inch cast iron. Then I cook all the sauce in there, the gravy.
It's all about what you play for. Now I like the regular, you know, sage in my sausage too, but the maple flavor, I love that. You know, what got me cooked on that was actually Jimmy Dean's.
Yeah.
You know, sausage. You know, pork sausage with the maple. It's like, because they found the regular shit I got when I was eating. You know, I had to buy it. I didn't get it from the farmer and all that shit. I was like, fuck it, I want it. Grab the maple. I was like, that's pretty fucking good. You know. But,
I'm not big on sweet stuff anymore. Unless it's natural maple, like from the tree, like and then made. I'll use that. I like that, but I don't
see where I get my duck sausage at, right? From Amber Hills. Dude, it's all natural fucking ingredients going in that shit.
Yeah.
You know, into it. But like for Key Arthur, when I get my maple syrup, it is from Key Arthur Bakery. The pure shit on it. That's the only sweet I like is if it's pure. You know,
we got a place just north of here that they all their trees are tapped and everything, and they make it. It's so good. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like last night, fucking I showed River how to make fucking sausage biscuit bombs, right? Take the biscuit apart, put the sausage patty, then crimp it together. Dude, that works great if you're like a hand on the go shit, right? Me and Lil Tate talked about this earlier. But you can dip that right into the gravy. You know, put the gravy in a cup, right, or something like that. Dip it right in there and go. You know.
See, I make sausage balls.
Yeah.
I love sausage ball. You take sausage and Bisquick,
Yeah.
and then cheese, and you mix that in, and you bake them and make them nice and crispy on the outside. Oh,
and
man,
you could also deep fry them too. You could also deep fry those too.
Yeah, I like to. I don't know. I've always baked them. I've never really deep fried them. I should maybe try it.
I've done it deep fried on them. Yeah, it works out good though.
I have smoked them though. I did smoked sausage balls. That was good.
I haven't tried. No, I haven't tried that one yet. Now that you brought that up, now I'm gonna have to. Now.
That's real good. I like doing that, but I've never deep fried them.
Yep.
Time to do some Scottish eggs, man. Fucking smoke those again. Motherfuckers were good, man.
Yeah, but last time, did you do those on the your brother's pit boss?
On the pit boss, so it's gonna be a little bit different. Doing
I think this time on the barrel, so it'll come out better this time.
I think so too, man.
Because now you know exactly what you did wrong last time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know how to adjust everything this time around.
Yep.
And those things are good, man. Like you were saying earlier, Jimmy Dean, like I don't care what you say, makes a great sausage mix.
Now also Country Pride makes a good sausage too.
Yeah.
Is that the blue and white ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because normally they make
or Old Hams sausage. I know you probably got Old Hams, and fuck, that was really good sausage.
Hell yeah.
That's really fucking good. There. Sorry, little Ty, I didn't mean to interrupt you though.
No, I was just saying that was like the ones that you get the pre-made ones with the blue and white, like little sausage sandwiches. Wasn't those
too? Yep. I know, dude. I can't have those no more. I'm like, every time I see those in the sauce, like, motherfucker. I mean, those are good,
dude. I'm a breakfast sandwich snob, dude. I only eat sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwiches. I do not like the fucking croissants. I will smack you if you hand me one. And if it has the fucking pancake on top and bottom with the maple syrup, I'll punch you in the fucking throat if you hand me one of those. It has to be a biscuit with sausage, cheese, and egg.
Fuck that.
Anything else is fucking trash.
I'm not a big biscuit fan, not for sandwiches.
Man, I have to have a biscuit. I get so pissed when I go somewhere and they're like, I go into the gas station and they got all kinds of shit and they mislabeled it one time. And I almost fucking threw it at the cashier. I was so fucking mad because it said biscuit on it. And that motherfucker was that fucking pancake type shit. Oh, it was so gross.
But one thing on fast food wise, right, for breakfast, right? The best biscuits I thought was Hardee's.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with that one. They have the best biscuits. They really do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
for the people on the West Coast, Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. But
Carl's Jr. actually had some good stuff on their menu, man, that you couldn't get on Hardee's. They had a clone, and it was called the Big Carl, and that fucking good, man. Like it was.
Like here now, it's all Carl's Jr. here. It ain't no more Hardee's here.
Yeah. Oh, see, it's Hardee's here.
Here it's Carl's Jr. here.
In the West.
No, it's Hardee's here. It'll never change here.
No, you won't get it either. It'll be Hardee's here. It's Hardee's
and we got Made Right. Dude, Made Rights are the best. Loose meat sandwiches.
But dude, I'll make your own, right? Just with a pre-made sauce. Dude, try that honey mustard for Blue's Hog, man.
I'll have to try it, yeah.
But this time I had the onions in it, because Walmart had the chopped onions, the celery, and the carrots in it. I put that in it. Dude, that was fucking awesome. I was like, damn.
See, I don't think I want carrots in that.
But it's not the same as a regular Made Right, like a true Made Right? But dude, if you've never had one before, dude, that shit was fucking awesome. But I would try it, see how you like it, man. It's got everything in there.
There's certain things that I'm very adventurous with food, but there's certain things that dude, like Hungry Hobo. I love Hungry Hobo. My soon-to-be ex absolutely hated it. Like she would not eat it, so I never got to eat it. I miss my tenderloins, dude. I don't know if you know, but Iowa's known for its pork tenderloins.
Hey,
They're
Indiana,
huge.
boy.
They're bigger than your fucking face. I mean, they're huge.
Dude, we got the same ones here in Missouri. So, Missouri, Iowa. I mean, yeah, they're big as a fucking plate.
Look up fucking Nick's Kitchen, man. It's been on Man versus Food and shit for tenderloin sandwiches.
They're big as a fucking plate. I mean, come on now.
When you go to the Iowa State Fair every year, which is one of the best state fairs in the nation, they have the pork tenderloin fucking contest, and they're fucking huge, dude. And everywhere you go around here, they're like this big, and you get this regular bun that looks like a fucking little bun because it's so dwarf.
Yeah, it looks like
you gotta have
fucking bun. Yeah.
Well, like
it's mustard. It's mustard and it's pickles. That's it. All you put on that motherfucker and you eat it.
No, you gotta have onions. You gotta have onions, goddammit. Onions. Yes, you do.
I like onions and I'll eat onions with it, but the original, like the way, if I have to have it anyway, it's gonna be minimum. It's gonna be mustard and pickles. I can live with that and be happy.
See, like when I was working at the power plant, right? See, we had a peaker, right? A gas turbine peaker up there in Unionville, not too far from fucking, Iowa border, right? At the Cowboy Cafe there in Unionville. Dude, that fucking tenderloin was bigger than the fucking plate.
Yeah.
And they said, what do you want with? I said, well, my pickles. I want my onions. I said, no fucking mustard. I want my ketchup.
They should have fucking kicked your ass and then fucking made you just eat bread or something.
Oh no, that was never gonna fucking happen. I got some looks when I said that, right? I got some looks. I was like, I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. This is what I'm paying for. This is what I'm eating. Fuck you. I'll be eating the way I want.
Speaking of that, do you guys get Stuffer, do you get elephant ears your way?
Elephant ears? Yeah. The funnel cakes?
It's like a giant flat funnel cake with like cinnamon on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those
fucking huge.
Love those things, man.
And they're the easiest things to fucking make too. It's crazy,
right? It's like crazy how they make them up, dude.
But it's funny because you can do it at home, and then you go to a fair, tastes different every time. I swear. I think they sprinkle it with that the sugar that they sprinkle it with, the powdered sugar. I think it actually contains some cocaine, just because
every vendor's a little bit different because we used to get like grain sugar and cinnamon, and then there's other places that do powdered sugar. So
they only do powdered sugar here.
Yeah, we do.
And at least at my fair, which is the second largest in the state.
Yeah,
it's second to the Des Moines, Iowa State Fair, but they only do powdered sugar. They don't do like granulated sugar, like white sugar. I mean, it's white sugar, but it's
you guys do
powdered
spam
sugar.
burgers?
Huh?
You guys do spam burgers?
You'll see it every once in a while. It's not that big around here. You'll see more chicken fried steak than spam. Chicken fried steak is a big one around here.
Yeah.
A
couple spots.
Salisbury,
like
Salisbury steaks. Salisbury steaks with mushrooms, chicken fried steaks with gravy. Those are the tenderloins, fried chicken, and then of course any steak or roast. Basically, you're gonna find all that. That's like Iowa down home, mashed potatoes type.
Well, here in the Midwest, it's not spam. Treat.
Man,
treat.
Too. It's nasty.
That was the Midwest fucking version of fucking spam.
That's like potted fucking meat.
That's what fucking spam is, potted meat. Come on now.
Not potted meat. It's completely different.
Oh, it's still potted meat.
I've actually been looking into making my own spam. It's actually not too hard to make it. It lasts forever.
That's the one thing. Expired. That's the one thing. When I became an adult, right, I would never eat again. It's spam. That's the one thing I would never eat.
See, I will eat it if it's wrapped in like rice and seaweed with a little bit of soy sauce, because that's what they eat in like Hawaii. They love spam in Hawaii. And
because they don't go fucking bad.
I eat that for breakfast. Like
Spam tocino, man.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't keep your fucking spam. No.
Yeah, here you go, Gilly. Coming for you, baby.
I'm glad I can't eat that shit no more.
See, I eat sardines too. I don't know if you guys eat sardines. I love
No,
sardines.
I can't stand sardines. Now,
I love sardines.
No.
I'll eat
now, if the sardines are chopped up right into something, I'll eat them. But I ain't eating fucking raw. No.
You eat them in the oil, the chili oil with crackers. Oh, it's so good.
But if you eat a lot of them, you'll start getting arsenic in your body, in your blood. Because Joe Rogan found out, he said this on his podcast, he found out the hard way because he loves sardines. He thought he was getting poisoned. His doctor goes, "You got arsenic in your blood, high levels." He was eating like 3 or 4 fucking cans a day on that shit.
Oh, yeah, see, I don't eat that much, but I mean,
tuna too, because tuna is high in fucking mercury. No matter
Well, and tuna, people with alpha-gal, you gotta be careful because it can have dolphamine in it too. You know, if you're buying the processed shit, not the fillets, but the processed shit is made with dolphin sometimes.
Yeah. There's a spot I get mine from, Natural Catch, and it comes in a big ass fillet, in the can. So it's not the chopped up mushy cat food looking shit.
See, when I buy tuna, fillet size, I get it from Wild Fork.
There's also Wild Planet that I've tried. And there's another one, Safe Catch. So those 3 companies are pretty good, but you're going to pay for it. Like, it's not, shit. It's the same way. A pack of 12 is like 50.
Yeah.
But
that's like when I got the red Argentine shrimp, right? That's where I'd get it from, was from Wild Fork, right? But now Walmart here is carrying the red Argentine shrimp. I'm like, fuck, I need to get it from there now.
Right.
Surprised
what Walmart put on the fucking shelf, man.
But my lobster meat, when I want lobster, because I just get the claw meat, dude, I get that from Wild Fork still. Because it comes from the fucking East Coast on that one.
See, I've been getting all my Yasha. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. Yasha, come. Hey. I get my Dungeness crab and stuff from the East Coast or West Coast still. Yeah. So Pike's Market, I get it from one of the vendors there. They'll catch it and get it to my doorstep within 24 hours.
Let's see, that's what Wild Fork does with me with my lobster when I ordered shrimp, right? Within 48 hours, 24, it's there.
Yeah, see, they'll get it to you. They'll catch it, and from the time they pull it out of the water, it will be within 24 hours fresh at your doorstep. And it's, dude, I've had nothing but great things from them, because I get scallops, I get Dungeness crab, you can get salmon. You can actually get the salmon already smoked, because they use their own wood and stuff, and they actually do a pretty good job. I
won't smoke my own on the salmon.
Yeah, you can get raw though, but you can get it smoked if, like, for the guys out there that don't smoke their own food, they could get it pre-smoked, and it's really good. And they're reasonably priced. I mean, I think it's like $60 in shipping, but it's worth it.
But as long as the meat's flash frozen right, it doesn't have to be fresh and still have the fresh flavor.
Yeah, this is like fresh though.
But I'm saying, as long as it's flash frozen, it's still gonna be good.
Yeah, I just think it affects the tenderness of the meat, a little bit.
No, flash frozen does not. Now, if they don't flash freeze it, yes, it does. You're right. If they don't flash freeze it, then it does.
It's on ice, and then you rethaw it back out. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Because if there's a seafood shop that gets all their shit from the Gulf, right, from Louisiana, in Columbia, right, their shit's not flash frozen. So whatever you get that's frozen, it's not flash frozen, and there is a difference in it on it. That's why I like Wild Forks. If I gotta have frozen stuff, right, they flash freeze their claw meat, everything.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at possibly going down to Georgia for a little bit. One of my buddies, he works down there at the federal penitentiary. He transferred from the prison we worked at together down to Jessup, and he's about an hour away from the coast. And yeah, I want to go down there and do some fishing again because the last time I was in Georgia, I was down there for
the fucking full can. That's a full can. Don't be doing your little bullshit tricks. Sorry. That you see on YouTube. He's trying to put a can like this, right? On its side.
Oh, to stand it up? Like,
yeah. No, he was trying to do it around the computer. No.
But yeah, when I was down in Brunswick, Georgia, going to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, FLETC, we went out and did shark fishing. Dude, oh, it's a blast. I want to go so bad. What's crazy is we were going through the wetland area out to the coast on the boat, and there was dolphins swimming alongside of us. So I took the shrimp that we were using for shark fishing and holding my hand out over the water with the shrimp, and the dolphins would come up and I'd be able to feed the wild dolphins that way. It was so cool. But it was like $300 for 3 or 4 of us. So we split it. It was like $100 a person. Not bad. You know, it was a good time. And the dude was a retired Federal Bureau of Prisons employee. And he just started doing chartering for that. And then when we got done, he was like, "You guys want to go eat?" We're like, "Yeah." And he took us to this hole in the wall with good red shrimp, you know, and everything. Oh, it's so good.
See, the hole in the walls are the best. See, the hole in the walls are the best. See, when I first got to Virginia, like Norfolk and Little Tate, when he got there too, dude, they had some of the best seafood. You know, that because now it's all what is it commercialized, right? Little Tate. You know, all those restaurants are now. They ain't the mom and pop shacks no more.
Yeah, there was so when I went out to Norfolk, when I was going out there all the time, I was doing inspections on ships with Desron 22. And when I was going out there was a place on the boardwalk out there on the beach, on the pier, and they had fresh oysters, and you could buy a platter of them for fucking cheap. I mean, it was like dirt cheap. And I was just eating oyster after oyster out there. And that shit was good. And I hadn't had an oyster again until 2 years ago when we went up to Canada. We were in Vancouver, and there was a place on the water. It was over the water, and it was a restaurant. And I got a platter of oysters. Man, I miss raw oysters, like fresh.
Now, when I got to Virginia, when I got to Norfolk, right? You know, my dad, he my cousin, but my dad's first cousin. So he was retired Navy, full captain, right? Full board captain, fighter pilot, right? He lived in Virginia Beach. He picked me up at the decks there at Norfolk. And then he took me to some place, I don't remember the name, right there on the beach of Virginia Beach. Dude, it looked like a little hole in the wall, just an old fucking cod shack, right? Dude, some of the best seafood ever and the cheapest beer ever, right there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I might end up down south, and you know, I'm looking at Arkansas area. I'd like to stay in the northwest corner area, like Harrison area, like 30-40 minutes from Branson, you know, south of Branson. But I want to go somewhere where I could drive a short distance and get good seafood too. Unfortunately, I just don't want to be on a coast where I got to deal with fucking hurricanes, you know. I'm definitely not going to the West Coast because it's the West Coast, you know.
It's all fucked up now. It's all fucked up. Liberals and all that shit.
I like my freedom. You know, it's crazy because I literally can drive 3 minutes away from here, and I can feel all of my freedoms and liberties being stripped from me as I cross the Mississippi River into Illinois. And I look back, and the sun is behind me, and it's shiny and beautiful. And then I look in front of me, and it's nasty fucking Illinois. You know,
Illinois has always been like that, though.
I know.
It's always been like that.
Live over there. But you know what's funny is the soon-to-be ex, she's got to move over there, and she took the fucking guns over there, and she got lucky. She didn't get caught because one of the rifles was fucking not state legal because they completely banned it. It's an AK-74. And she drove that motherfucker across state lines with a fucking burned-out taillight. She got lucky. I want to just be like, hey, you might want to sit at the base of this bridge and pull this car over, but I didn't. I was a good guy. I didn't do that. That's petty. I'm only petty on weekends. It's fine. But yeah, I was like, fuck, you're brave taking that shit across there, because the only people they'll throw in jail are the ones that break the gun laws.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets let out of fucking jail. You get second-degree murder. Yeah, you get out on bail, bond. It's fine.
Well, that's like when I went to C school, right? I had a kid that was in my C school class that grew up in Illinois, right? Like around Juliet area, right? His parents had a farm out somewhere out there. He took me out to his parents' farm. He's like, yeah. He said, here, we always got to have this stamp. I said, what the fuck are you talking about?
The FOID card? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
And if you don't live in Illinois, you can't get a FOID card, which means you can't carry in their state. You have to live in that state and go through this bullshit of, like, Ayasha, shut up. You got to go through a bunch of fucking classes and stuff, which is bullshit, because the people training the people half of them don't know what they're even doing.
Well, there is one of the guys we served with on the 5. He fucking Chicago cop.
Yeah.
Damn it. Fucking mind went fucking blank on his fucking name. He was a deck seaman that went fucking SH or SK. Black guy.
I don't know. There was a couple.
Shit. I'll think of it here, but he does carry conceal in Chicago classes.
Yeah, see, it's so hard to get that though over there in Illinois. That's why, like Iowa's constitutional carry, open or conceal. You don't have to have a permit for either. Some states, if you open carry, you don't need a permit. If you conceal carry, you have to have a permit.
James was his last name.
I don't remember him. I don't think.
Let's see here. God damn it.
But my memory's shit anyway. So, but Iowa, it doesn't even say. So you could literally walk down the street with an M4 AR-15.
Dorian James. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's Dorian James.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a Chicago cop, right? He has his own security stuff too, and he does carry conceal there in Chicago for people.
But yeah, in Iowa, you can carry an M4, AR-15, AK-47, or whatever. You can open carry that in this state and not have any problems.
Well, as long as it is not fully automatic, you can have without having that ATF fucking stamp.
It's got to be. Yeah, and if you have an ATF stamp, you can carry a suppressor, because Iowa is an amazing state, and they said in a hearing conservation bill for factories, they actually put in their suppressors too for shooting, and so they passed that. So now we have suppressors in the state. We just got to get the ATF stamp, which isn't too bad. I mean, that's not bad.
See, like where I buy my guns at,
the cost of a suppressor is not cheap.
Well, see where I buy my guns at, Black Rifle Supply here in Boonville. See, the gun shop for a CMMG, right? They make their own shit. So their suppressors are cheaper than what you buy like Midway USA, right?
Yeah.
And they help you. They have streamlined to fucking get the stamp for the suppressors. See, my next gun is going to be the FN pistol-wise, FN 10 mil, right? Because it already has that threaded barrel for suppressor. I'm going to get that with the suppressor. Yeah. Then fucking Henry rifles are coming out since they're lever action. Dude, they're coming out with their own fucking ones made for suppressor too.
Have you seen their Henry's survival rifle?
Yeah.
Dude, it is badass. It's a little tiny, you take it apart, you put it together, and you can fire it. Dude, it's a nice little rifle for survival, like for pilots and stuff like that.
I'm gonna show you. Let me get this one here. They got the 9 mil, like with suppressor mod, you get it for 9 mil, lever action, right? All right.
See, I want to get like a 45 lever action or a 30-30.
Oh, dude, I had the 45 Colt, long Colt, and the Golden Boy. I wish I would have fucking never sold that gun. But now
I miss my 30-30 lever. I miss lever action, man.
Check this out now. This is from Henry. This is one of the newest ones from him. You get the 223, 5.56 NATO and 300 blackout and a lever action now.
Yeah, that's like that's almost like the Mini 14s. It's like a kind of a similar to the Mini 14.
Yeah. But let me get down to their other ones here because they got all kinds of shit. They even got pistols now, shit like that.
Yeah, they're revolvers. Yep.
Yeah. There's the 501s you was talking about right there, 22
yep.
long rifle.
Those are badass little guns, dude.
See, they got the 9mm Homesteader, which I don't know about that, but
yep.
They got the big boy model.
There's that 30-30 I was talking about.
Yeah, they got 30-30. I mean, all their guns, they're tried and true on Henry.
Yeah, I love Henry.
They got another one to fucking find it on here. Well, it might have been up here, but dude, they're already threaded metal, so they come suppressor ready with them.
Yeah, I love Henry rifles.
It's like see, the 30-30 that's a threaded barrel right there.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, so that's ready. I mean, they got. Now I've been thinking about getting that one or the 300 blackout or the 5.56, right? Dude, I mean, even though I got my AR, dude, I got like 5,000 rounds of the fucking 5.56 rounds ready to go.
Dude, I love my rifle that I got. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys my M4 that I've got. It's a badass. It's a badass rifle.
Yeah, but you did have to convert it. But you did have to convert that back too.
Yeah, when I came back, I converted it. Yeah, so it's a semi-automatic now.
Yeah,
but it's a nice rifle, man. I trust my life on it.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna share this picture right here. This showing a fucking Henry, but 357 model, right? With the suppressor ready to go.
That's a badass rifle, then.
Yeah, and anything that shoots a 357 will shoot a 38 too, especially.
Yeah, the 38P plus or whatever.
And that's what I love. That's why I carry. I carry different. I carry a 45 sometimes. I carry a 9, and I do carry a 357 revolver too sometimes. It just depends on what I'm in the mood to carry.
So I carry a Kimber R7 Mako. It's got a red dot on it. It came with the red dot on it. It's the Mako R7 though. It came out about a year ago. So, dude, I love that pistol. It is so nice in the hand, and if you get a good round in it, good 9mm round, it's deadly, dude. I love that thing.
Well, see, one of the 1911 45s I like carrying is a Park.
Yeah.
I mean, because they they're not expensive like a Colt is, right? They're all Park. They're actually cheaper than the Remington 1911. But when I bought mine used at a gun shop there in Columbia. Dude, they had 6 fucking clips with it. Came with it. I got it for $400. I said, done. It's mine. Now, I mean, dude, I've shot fucking thousands of rounds through it. And, dude, I didn't even have to clean it. And that subject was still fire. Just perfectly.
Yeah.
Not like Beretta's. Their shotguns are fucking awesome. Their pistols are fucking junk.
Yeah, the only Beretta I would like, I think it was a bullpup 12 gauge. Everything else, pistol wise, I don't like. Yeah. There's a Smith and Wesson bullpup I want, 12 gauge. I want a bullpup now because I had one before and I loved it. It was so much better than my monster.
Now when I was shooting sporting clays, right? For competition. For people out there who don't know what sporting clays is, it's a mixture between trap and skeet. It's a mixture of that. It's like true hunting in a way. Getting ready for hunting season for quail and all that and duck. But I started off with a Remington over and under, right? My uncle had a gun shop there in Huntsville, Missouri. Well, I got the Remington one for $300, right? His cost, right? Cheap gun. I had to have the stock Continental, so I'm so short, right?
Yeah.
But then a Silver Pigeon Over and Under came in there in a $4,000 gun. Came into his shop, right, with full extended chokes, the extended ones. Dude, $1,000. All the guy wanted for it was pretty much brand new. I said, done deal. That's mine. Dude, that's the one I fucking went down Texas with for the fucking World Championships in 2006. The same one I had in the 2006 U.S. Open there in Kansas, right? I mean, and Missouri State Championship. Dude, if I would have got drunk, at the World Championships in my class, dude, I was fifth going into the last day out of 50 people. I was fifth. When I got fucking hung over, I didn't shoot worth shit. I went from fifth down to 30th. I was like, fuck.
That's a little bit of a drop, dude.
But, I mean, I love doing it, but it got so goddamn expensive doing it. Even practicing got expensive.
I know. I've been wanting to. I need to get equipment to reload because I'm going to be shooting a lot because I got to get back into it. I gotta hone my skills back up. But sometimes it's not worth reloading anymore. Well, when you're talking 6.5 and 5.56, it's worth it with those.
But you better have the brass. But to make it worthwhile, you better have enough brass to do it.
Oh yeah.
If you gotta buy the brass, you gotta buy everything. It's not worth it.
I got plenty.
But if you already got plenty of brass, that's one thing. But if you gotta buy the brass, that brass is fucking expensive now.
Yeah, I've got plenty right now, but
that's why I don't fucking reload anymore. Because I don't shoot enough for Orman to make it worthwhile.
Dude, the last time I went out shooting, between 4 of us, it was 4 of us. We expended probably 4,000 or 5,000 rounds easily in the mountains in Utah.
I mean, yeah. Now, if you pick up that brass, right, and keep that brass, then yeah. But if you shoot like maybe 100 rounds, right, and that brass, it's not worth reloading. It's not like it used to be 10, 15 years ago.
I walked away from there. My finger was hurting that day just from shooting, man. My forearm and everything, because we were up there for a while, and it had been a while since I've been doing long distance shooting. We were up in the mountains, so I was shooting long distances at different elevations, up and down.
And you use your 6.5, wouldn't you?
No,
Which one was you using?
I was using my M4.
Your M4?
Yeah, I was
a lot of people
I was shooting like 500 to 600 yards.
See, a lot of people, they want to shit on the 6.5 Creedmoor, right? But it's actually a decent fucking round.
Oh yeah.
Especially for long distance.
Yeah, it's definitely a good. I might lose you. I got to go plug in my tablet. Hang on.
Plug your shit in, goddammit.
I know, right? Yasha, come. Let's go. Inside. Come on.
We're going to have to make a fucking note for you. Plug your shit in, Thumper.
No shit. I'm going to have to fucking put a sticky note on this bitch.
All right, Joe. We'll start calling you Joe.
Hang on.
Little Tate, you get your phone worked out yet?
Can you turn it down a little bit? My tablet's going to die. There we go.
What are you bitching about?
Did you get your phone worked out? You set up yet?
Yeah, I got everything so far that I need. All my main shit's done. Bank account, email accounts, contacts, sign-ins, all that shit. So now I just got to go through a couple more things once we're done here, and then factory reset my old one and shift everything around.
Yep.
My watch is out of date though. Anything after 2024 it doesn't support. So
oh shit.
My watch has turned into a regular just digital watch, which is cool. Follow me.
What watch?
The old Galaxy One, Gen 1.
Oh.
Old.
See, I got the newest Apple fucking watch right now, but I never wear it.
I got this as a hand-me-down from my brother. I told him to throw it out, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. Let me use it. And I've been using it, for a while, and then whatever.
I got a Samsung one that I don't ever wear. Then I got a Google Pixel watch that I love. So the new Google Pixel watches will actually call 911 if it detects no heartbeat.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing it, it'll actually call 911 for you if you have a heart attack and your heart stops. And I think that's the only watch right now that will do that.
No, and the new Apple will. The new Apple will, because I got that function on mine. All the new
Apple will notify you if you have a irregular heartbeat.
No, this one, it said it will call, like the Google Pixel, it said it will call 911, dial for you.
If you have no heartbeat?
Yes, yes.
I have to look into that.
Because that's reason.
On top of location too. Like if you guess like on for it, it'll send your location too.
Yeah, well, see, that's Google does too.
See, that's the only reason I got the Apple phone, Apple Watch, right? Was because of that. See, when it comes to hearing aids, the Apple phone works better with hearing aids. That's why I went back to Apple. You know, because I had the Google Pixel, the newest phone they had, right? Which I loved, but didn't work very well with my hearing aids.
Right.
Well, it's not like you fucking listen anyways.
Well, when I got one of my tendinitis going, the hearing aids works great for tendinitis.
Dude, I can't get the VA to give me fucking hearing aids. My tinnitus fucking goes off the charts, dude.
You tell them, well, you got to do a hearing test, right? After that hearing test, you tell them, I want fucking hearing aids for my tendinitis. That's how you do it.
Yeah, they keep telling me, oh, it's not that bad. And I'm like,
no, you tell them it does not matter. Any hearing loss is bad. You tell for tendinitis, they have to give it to you because I got a set from them.
I'm like, how many times have you been blown up? Because I can tell you right now, it sucks, and all I have is fucking ringing.
But they have to give it to you for tendinitis. Now you don't want the tendinitis breaker like they try to. You say no. You're gonna put a script. You're gonna power those fuckers for my hearing loss. Yeah. You don't have to be. You don't have to be service connected for hearing loss to get hearing aids through them. You do not have to be at all.
You gotta do it again because I know when I got my exit like fucking audiogram, like you know how they can't tell you anything, but she's like nodding her head like, yeah, you're fucking deaf as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but when you go at the VA, put a claim in for it, it's like, oh, you don't meet our fucking numbers, your threshold for that. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. Give me the hearing aids.
Yeah, I know, because I go.
But you got to argue with them on that one. Yeah. For tendinitis, you got to argue with them. So as soon as you argue with them, they will give in. They will cave in, guaranteed.
Yeah, there's another one too, like for your eyes. It's called like Pergola.
Yeah.
I was like arguing with the optometrist about it. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, you don't know. You're an optometrist. I don't know what that means. So that's another hard one. I'm going to talk to the optometrist on top of that because my eyes always watering. They gave me shit for conjunctivitis, and I'm like, I don't have conjunctivitis.
See, that's one good thing about like Columbia VA, right? I don't have to argue with them anymore on shit. I tell them what I want.
Yeah.
And they do it.
I didn't have to argue with Fort Wayne either. It's only fucking out here close to DC, like we talked about. Yeah. East Coast Navy sucks because of DC. The fucking VA sucks because of DC. And the amount of people that are out here. Yeah. When I was in Fort Wayne, dude, it was like the most pleasant fucking experience ever. Every time everybody helps you out. They don't fucking bullshit around. They don't oh my God, I gotta fucking work today. None of that bullshit. Didn't run into any of that when I was in Fort Wayne.
Well, see, and I just got a call today, right, from the VA saying, well, your hearing aids you got them in 2019. If you want to replace them, give us a call. We can set you up with new, hearing tests. We'll get you new hearing aids.
Yeah.
Which I was going to earlier in February, but then I was going to do it same day. I was supposed to have to go to ENT, look at my nasal polyps, right?
Yeah.
All one day. But then I got the diarrhea. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. Fuck that shit. So I canceled it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you got to, like, and Thumper will know, too, when we talked about it, you really got to fucking fight these guys, man. Or at least you used to. I don't know how much is going to change.
I mean, there's some things you don't have to fight for, right? Some things you do have to fight for.
Yeah.
Like when I got to tell them I want hearing aids for my tinnitus, right? I had to fight them, but I also had hearing aids that I bought since I still had insurance through my old job right at the time. I had hearing aids from Belto, so they couldn't find me. I said, no, this fucking works. Trust me, it fucking works for fucking tinnitus. I said, put this same description that's in these. See, my ex-wife, that's what she used to do. She was a hearing aid fucking person, right? And so they couldn't argue with me on that. They tried to.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to do anything.
Not to change the subject again, but all of their toiletries are out of the house. So maybe they're not coming back at all. Maybe they're going to be, just to kind of give you guys a heads up.
See, everything else, if their toiletries are gone right, everything else, sit on the front porch.
I was going to say, set it outside, man. Fuck it.
Well, the only things that are left here, I think, are her daughter's room, which is a fucking mess. And then books downstairs in the bookshelves, because she wants to take the bookshelves out of the library. That's how petty things are getting. We're taking bookshelves and phone holders, stuff like that, out of cars, and I'm just like, whatever, take it. I don't care. Just get out. Go.
Whatever.
Just call Rocky up for the books. Maybe he'll make a beeline for it.
Yeah, she's taking the books and the bookshelves and everything, and I'm just like, okay, cool, go for it.
What the hell is she gonna do with the bookshelves? What the hell is she gonna do with the bookshelves? Come on, man.
I don't know, because she can't afford a fucking place big enough to put bookshelves in.
She just don't want you having them. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all.
That's exactly it. I mean, serious. That is exactly it.
And that's pretty fucking petty right there.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's like with my ex-wife, right? After we got divorced, right? She still had some things she wanted at the house here, right? She one of the things she wanted was her little bitty deep freeze, right? We had all kinds of food in it, right? I just unplugged it and set it out there. I left the food in the motherfucker. I'm like, I'm not taking the food out. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, she asked if I wanted to split the cow, and I was like, no, that stays here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give out free food for you.
Yeah.
And especially because the cow that we have, we weren't even supposed to get that much. The only reason why we have as much as we did is because her mom told us, yeah, I'll buy half a cow. And then she backed out on us after the cow was butchered. So I had to pay for a whole fucking cow.
Yep. So
I'm not letting her take half or part of that cow to her mom's house, because that's where she's moving in, is her mom's house. Fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yes, her mom should have paid for her half.
She didn't fucking pay for shit. She stiffed me. Yeah. She stiffed me the day I was paying for it.
And but I was saying, she should have fucking, if she wanted half of it, take it out now. Her mom should have paid her half.
Yeah, I'll charge fair market price for beef. If she wants some, you can pay me for that. Absolutely. I got some roast right here. I can sell for what is it going for? I don't know, $4 or $5 a pound.
Oh no, I don't look at the prices no more selling that part. So,
well, I haven't bought beef from a store in probably, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. So,
well, I wouldn't charge your fucking Walmart prices. I would charge your butcher shop prices, because butcher shop prices is gonna be higher than Walmart.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did say fair market price, and I didn't say what.
Because most people would think fair market price would be Walmart, right? No,
that's cheap beef.
Yep.
That's not
cheap
good
beef, cheap pork.
Yeah, that's not good beef or good pork. That's just pork and beef.
Little Tate's found out the hard way on the pork in the commissary, haven't you?
You know what? The commissary here doesn't have bad pork.
It wasn't like it was bad, but there was a fucking like muscle in there that didn't like render down all the way, and I had it in the mixer, and it actually torqued up my fucking KitchenAid and broke my fucking bowl. Like, and this kitchen, like this mixer, I got like 2012. You know, same bowl and shit traveled me from California and shit, and all around, and that thing just torqued up instant. Like,
That's crazy.
holy shit! About took my fucking arm out.
I know little Tate called me. He showed me the picture, sent me the picture. I was like, oh, fuck.
That fucking, it was locked down and shit. So that's why, like, everything torqued up and it just pulled the fucking bowl, like everything, and cracked it. I was like, holy shit.
Nice.
So,
a tweet just went out from leading report that the U.S. State Department has officially notified Congress that they are shutting down the USAID. So USAID, they're officially shutting them down now. Just a heads up on that.
Well, it has to be Congress that shuts them down.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on here?
We'll see how things go.
I got like a spam of Wi-Fi's on YouTube right now, and I don't know why. I'm serious. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, I might just have to start watching Wi-Fi's at night when I fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking got a great nap the other day. You know, watching Wi-Fi's, I fell asleep to it. But this time I didn't watch the Man in the Hat this time.
I see what
the shadow people.
Yeah, they fucking. So I got spammed because he's putting out compilations of single videos.
Yep.
Like, that's why there's like 100 fucking of them. It's like a lot, dude. Like, it just spammed every episode of like going to Audio Boom.
Yep.
And I'm trying to go through there. Finally, it stopped. Holy shit, man. I thought something was wrong with YouTube for a second, but it's them just spamming videos out. Holy shit. It's like a giant fucking dump. Oh, yeah. Wi-Fi is good to sleep to, man. Like I said, AJ does like anybody that's interested in the same thing we've been talking about, like how we just opinion piece and have little bits in there. He goes in depth, man. There's a good team, and he does a really good job presenting a lot of stuff that you don't see in mainstream, you know, like Expedition Unknown or any of those things. A lot of urban legends, like you were saying, shadow people. That was the one that got him to believe in, like, you know, these stories.
Well, some of the things he talks about, they've talked about on Expedition X too.
Yeah, he had.
No, some of them they have. You know, he does go more in depth on certain things.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lot of episodes. You know what I mean? He's talked about a lot of things that I've never seen on any other channel. You know, there's like I didn't know about Mel's Hole until I watched shit like that.
Unless you listen to fucking Art Bell, you know, when he was doing his radio station.
Yeah, you talk about Art Bell and all that, Coast to Coast AM.
I think that's still going on. It's just not Art Bell. It's someone else now.
I don't remember his name now. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that come on there, man, that makes me like question my sanity. Like, holy shit, man. Like, there's some people that are out there with a lot of, you know, theories. Like Ben Carson's gotten roasted over his the Emerald tablets and stuff. You guys can run that. Oh, you're back.
Oh my God, I am fucking sore.
All right,
I'm sore.
We've hit about 3 hours. What do you think? Time to call it?
Yeah, let me text Rocky real quick.
We're waiting.
Hey, what do you guys think about an episode with maybe the kids on it too?
We can do that.
That's up to you guys.
You could just play the role of both.
I just,
Okay.
in my opinion, like kids, like how people portray them in like videos and stuff, to me is just cringe. But that's just me. Like I don't. I grew up around, we grew up around that time that, like, I don't know, just seems exploitive sometimes. But
I mean, if you don't have Landon on here, he's more welcome to join if that's what you want to do.
yeah,
So I mean, I've had Rivers join us every now and then. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to sit down and have kids talk, there's nothing big with that. I'm just saying from my own personal, like I've just seen so many things of people doing, with their kids, like, dance moms. That shit drove me fucking nuts, dude.
Oh yeah, that's
and
no, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's just some of those people out there.
Although Landon is a pretty good dancer.
No kids dancing. I'm gonna say that. No kids dancing.
No Tom Hanks.
No.
He said, "Yeah, no."
But like River don't say nothing because he's quiet, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I don't know.
There's old Rocky.
Hey, you guys are ending it right now?
Yeah.
Getting ready to.
Okay. You want me to end it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. Vipers departing. Ding. Remember to like and subscribe. You guys take care. I'll call you guys later when I'm done working. It's pretty crowded right now.
All right,
man. All right, we're
good
done.
night, take care. Later.
Live stream stop. See you, man.
Bye.